I'll start.
Oh, hopefully
and
this
then
time you
John,
pass your con save.
and then Norian. Just keep going.
Please know I hit record just before you all started doing that, so I did get that on the recording. And with that, welcome bobbleheads to the Witchlight Carnival. Quick recap on last session. Our party of 4 encountered a dryad who was at the very last moments of her life. She was covered in tree blight, I apologize. She was covered in tree blight and told our 4 party members a couple of key things, including but not limited to. I tried to stop them. I tried to save them. Children are going missing. There are problems in Prismere. You have no context to these things, but you know that this is very important. That being said, you walk up to the Witchlight Carnival. A silver statue of a dancing fairy is mounted on the roof of this ticket booth and surrounded by butterflies. They're fluttering around the statue, animated but not alive. The booth is decorated with an animated depiction of the night sky with shooting stars arcing across it. An squat elderly goblin with a little name tag that says Roz on it sits there and looks you up and down. Give me just a minute. Welcome to the Witchlight Carnival. Now, sir, I told you already. I told you 3 or 4 times. Your ticket was for 3 days ago. You missed the window. It's no longer at will call.
Well, no, yeah, I quite there understand that there, Miss Rose. I don't mean to be an imposition upon you or your evening. I could have sworn things would have been done today, as my associate said it was gonna be done today. And here I am, and I'm sitting here with my shirt tails in my hands.
And as you look up and you see this man, there's something in you that recognizes him. Nothing physical. You've never met him before. But somehow, you know that he also had something taken. This is Phyll Granite. Phyll, you can no longer perceive time correctly. You are so sure that today is the day that your associate said to meet. However, it was in fact 3 days ago. He came and he waited. And you didn't show up. Look, I told you, either make a fate pact or keep it moving. Now, you 4, welcome to the Witchlight Carnival. What can I do you for? We already got tickets, or do we need to work that out?
We may need to work that out.
Well, if you ain't got a ticket, go ahead and roll on my wheel. You see, sitting next to her on the counter is one of those, clicky spinner carnival fair wheel things with different little deals on them.
Okay. I'm gonna use Eldritch Sight to cast Detect Magic on it.
Go ahead.
He cast on himself.
Yep.
It's one of my invocations. It's not even technically casting a spell.
That's true.
Never mind. I was gonna say.
I
At least it's saved.
just for my pure entertainment factor. For a minute, the magic is confused. It looks at you, looks at the wheel, and looks at you. It feels like it should process you instead. It does not. It double checks the wheel, and it is perfectly mundane.
So Miss Rose, is this here one of them prize spinning wheel things?
It's for your fate pact. Like I said, make a fate pact, get a ticket. It's the only way you're getting in.
There's no other right way about it.
I feel like we're kind of cutting in line here. Sir, are we interrupting? Are we intruding?
Oh, no, not by chance there, my good friend. You see, I swore I had a ticket, but apparently it was for 3 days ago. Even today's the day he said it was gonna be. You know, he scheduled it for a Monday, and, you know, here I am on Monday. And, you know, things get switched around, though, that's life.
It's in fact Thursday.
Thursday. What do you mean?
Yeah,
I'm
Monday
sorry,
was
can you repeat that one again? It's a Monday.
Monday was 3 days ago, my friend.
It's Thursday.
Are you quite sure about that one there, pal?
I'll pull up my
What's
my main menu screen and check the dates. Okay. No. What this world dictates as a Monday was quite in fact 3 days ago. It's the universal equivalent of a Thursday.
Well, with the universal equipment of a Thursday, then, you know, I think I may be a tad behind schedule here.
Just a bit, yeah, just a bit.
Yeah, no, it's never happened to me before. I've been a particularly on time and punctual individual for most of my life. You see, I ran Granite. Sorry, let me reintroduce myself. The name's Phyll Granite. Don't take me for Granite, but I am Phyll Granite. It's
I like that. Ganta Dormont, nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. And you got yourself a little traveling band here.
I do. This is Hero, Lathir, and Orvian.
Well, my name's Phyll. Only person happy when you take my granite. I'm a granite salesman.
I may have
I work in the
been
masonry
intelligent
industry.
to make puns.
Roll for revenge damage.
Do we have to keep picking up weirdos? Is this what we're doing?
Well, to be fair, we haven't picked up anybody. This just kind of happened with the four of us.
I mean, I picked up
may
Norby
be a
and
cheap
threw him out
date,
the
but
door.
It's very hard to pick me up.
You look rather sturdy.
Yeah, no, that is quite true. Lifting granite all day will give you a nice strong back. You know, you gotta squat with the legs, and you gotta lift with the legs. If you hunch your back over, it's gonna be a whole issue. Can I interest anybody in some orange slices?
While the two of them are talking, Hero's gonna walk over and spin the wheel just to get out of the conversation.
Roll a d8.
Actually, I wouldn't mind
Did you
some
want me to
orange
roll a D8
slices.
as well because I rolled it?
What's that?
Sorry, cutting and passing out
You want
orange
me to roll
slices.
a D8 as well because I spun it as well?
Did you actually spin the wheel or did you just insight check it?
I checked it and then when I saw it was Monday and I went like this.
Yes, go ahead. Both of you need to roll.
So I roll a 7.
You roll a 7.
Yeah. So while the two of the dads are talking, you just hear clicking in the background from both me and Lathier.
And as it clicks back to the top, it lands on number 7. Okay, here are your fairy wings. You do have to wear them for the entirety of the carnival. It's just like a pair of fabric, stiff wings on leather straps that you hook around and clasp in the front. And for your pack, you must compliment everybody you meet.
Considering that came out the gates a little strong there, I think that may be a little bit of universal karma, my friend.
Hero, go
I'm gonna
ahead
look over at Phil and be like, oh, you have a lovely speaking voice.
Oh, see, Lather, yours is
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
know,
different. So I need you to roll the D. Did you also roll a 7?
No, I rolled a 1.
Re-roll. That's not gonna be fun for Lather. You have fairy wings.
Wait, sorry, I need to tab up. So I have fairy wings. That's what I have.
Yes.
Okay.
You have fairy wings, and you have to not. I'm sorry. Compliment everyone you meet.
Oh, it's a 2-for-1.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
So, out of game. You must wear your fairy wings at all points in time to make sure no one sneaks in without a ticket. The pact itself is separate from the fairy wings.
Oh. Okay. That makes sense.
So you must compliment everyone you meet and wear your fairy wings. That being said, Go ahead and describe your fairy wings, then we'll get to Lather's.
Alright, actually, give me 1 second, because I want to see something.
You know, Ms. Rose, yeah, okay if I quickly just spin that there doohickey?
Right ahead.
Alright,
Well, walk up and...
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion on my fairy wings. Am I allowed to do that?
No.
Alright.
Because these are a safety measure to make sure no one sneaks into the Witchlight Carnival, they do need to be visible.
Appearances change based on the person wearing them, or are they just randomly colored and...
They're random, but I was gonna let you guys... I'm reverbing. Can you click off? Thank you. I was going to let you guys pick what your wings look like and describe your own wings. So...
I got a 1.
That's fine, because, actually, that's not fun either. I don't like this. Lather and Phyll, both of you reroll, because that one is you must not knowingly tell a lie.
I got a 5.
You must
Got a
carry
6.
around a small pumpkin as though it were a precious egg. Roz picks up it's like a pie pumpkin. It's relatively small, but for her, it's a pretty decent size. Here's your pumpkin. Go ahead and grab a set of wings.
Yeah, I'm gonna name it Gordon.
Lather, what was your reroll?
6.
6? You must greet all trees with reverence. Go ahead and pick your fairy wings. You two, what are you doing?
I'm gonna
She
pick the
looks
shiny
over
purple
at-
ones.
The shiny purple ones. They stand up very well when you put them on, but they don't feel heavy. Rouse looks over at Ganta and Norvian. Do you two have tickets already, or do you need to make a pact?
A ticket?
Wonderful. Go ahead and pick a set of fairy wings. What about you?
Alright.
Are the fairy wings entirely necessary?
Yeah, make sure that you don't sneak in without a ticket. Safety measures. No one gets in without a ticket. It's very dangerous.
Do you have anything that doesn't look so gaudy?
You look at the rack for a bit, and you realize there are some slightly more understated ones that are still visible, but they're a little more muted. There's some grays, there's some more muted greens, and they look more like smaller moth's wings, not giant butterfly wings.
Is this what we're doing, guys? Is this Mr. Phyll? Is it?
You know, and I'm gonna turn and I have these large, grayish, sparkling, like granite countertop style wings with like the little tassels at the end. Well, you know, I never quite did mind my wings, you know. I've always been told I've been a natural social butterfly, so there's quite no reason. And you know, these are flying off the shelves. You're gonna want to grab yourself a set.
Go ahead and roll a d8.
I rolled a 6.
We do already have someone with a 6, so I am going to ask you to re-roll.
5.
We already have someone with a 5. I'm
All
going
right.
to ask you to re-roll.
We already have a 1, right? Oh, that's a lie.
We don't have a 1, but I would let Ganta take that one.
Sure.
Because Ganta does possess the ability to lie. Phyll and Lather are both... It's not in their nature to lie anyway, so it wouldn't actually be much of a pact.
Sure. I'll take it.
So,
You know, that's a good point there, Jesse. I'm a very straightforward individual, and I don't like to tell the not goods.
Sir, you can no longer knowingly tell a lie. Now, what do you think of the wings?
Surprisingly, they kind of match my outfit, and I kind of like it.
You know, they make your eyes kind of sparkle with them on you. It really brings out the blue in them.
Do I really have a sparkle?
Very much. So. You know, you look like a bit of a road hole when it's filled with like a little bit of water in the moonlight, kind of shimmers off in the distance.
I mean, I don't like to not look pretty.
You are very pretty for a man.
Hey there, Mr. Norman, was it?
You got it.
I couldn't help but see you got some fancy wings there yourself.
Oh yeah, the biggest, greenest, most regal-looking pair they had.
You know, I had a friend in the jade business, and he's gonna kind of start to like just tangentially drone on, just on rocks and stones.
Roz
While things are going on in the background.
Roz tries to be very polite, but you can tell. Think like the lady at the counter in Monsters Inc. Like she is slowly losing patience, and she just. Welcome to the Witchlight Carnival. Move along. Stay out of the wardrobes.
What are you doing here, Michael?
And he
All right.
kind of ushers you
Right,
into the
right.
carnival.
I can take a hit. Come on, gents.
As you walk
If we
in-
take the hint, we gotta give it back. I may lose it.
I feel like I need to take 1 point of force brain rot damage after hearing that joke.
Your ability to spin a phrase is impressive but annoying.
Like Chad loves it.
Wait,
God's
you know,
like,
It's whenever the turntables turn, and that's how you spin a phrase.
Oh, how the turns have tabled, my friend.
You know, if you're feeling dizzy, it's because the tables have turned.
I think he's feeling dizzy because he spins so much.
Does it have to be so loud here?
It's a little louder than normal. You know, I'm starting to rifle through my khaki short pockets looking for earbuds. Just like little puffs of cotton to kind of stuff in my ears a bit.
Like I understand it's a carnival. It's like a festival. It's supposed to be a giant ass party, but God, it is so loud. Like, look, even the kids are just screaming just for the sake of screaming. Nothing's even happening. They're just walking.
Hey there, Mr. Hero, you ever...
Sorry, emergency text. Friend is in crisis, letting her know I'm in game and I'll call her after.
Oh, good.
Say there, Mr. Hero, you ever grow up around kids? You can never quite tell if the screaming is because they're having fun or being murdered, so you always gotta pop out and check.
I don't know if I like those odds if there's something that's 50-50 when it comes to children being murdered.
To be fair, the only screaming I've ever heard from children is in burning buildings.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Mr.
Anyway, look at
Hero,
it.
are you alright there? You know?
As
Hey,
you
pal.
walk in-
Powwow.
As you walk in, the big top tent rises in front of you. It is monumental. It is iconic. It's that classic striped red and white. Ganta, you sense something to your left. It is something the other characters are not going to notice. I'm going to need you to check your Facebook Messenger for me so you can see what that is.
Okay, I will do a 270 because I can't turn left.
Zoolander.
You know, they say you pitch a tent quite impressive and people come running, but this here is an impressively pitched tent.
And as you
There are
walk-
children around. Stop talking about pitching tents.
Well,
What do you mean? If you pitch a tent, people come running. Look, this here tent is one of the largest pitched tents I've ever seen.
As you are running
I-
around, a tree sapling is walking with seeds falling from occasionally from the tree. What you had heard, Ganta, was Red calling out. Red is a little squirrel. Due to this awakening spell, he does speak common.
Okay.
And he's saying that as you were the last member of your group to make a Fey Pact, you've been chosen to automatically receive a sycamore seed. The rest of you may try to catch a sycamore seed.
Greetings, friend tree.
So we have pitching tents, seeds falling on children, and a squirrel with nuts. What are we doing here?
Well, all I'm saying is he's pitching a
Are we
tent
at
and
church?
throwing around after sporting some wood.
You guys
like some very impressive wood, though.
My name's
It is a
Northwind.
very impressive tree.
Northwind.
The tree and sapling looks down at you, Lather. Hi, my name's Northwind. How are you?
Doing
Fine.
wonderful. How are you, my friend?
We're doing quite good there, my friend.
I'm glad you all are having a wonderful time with this. This is still tripping me out.
If you could participate.
Oh, don't worry. I guarantee he's all bark and no bite.
If you could participate in Red's welcome gifts, it would mean a lot to him. You can see the little squirrel is running around, very high energy. If this squirrel was on anything, you would think it was speed. Like, hey, Red, would you like a welcome gift?
I suppose.
I'd be absolutely flamed.
Yeah, of course.
I'll take one.
Of course.
Red hands each of you a dandelion and is encouraging you to blow it.
Now we've added blowing to the wood. I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
But Ganta, he also hands you one of the sycamore seeds. If you'd like, you can cash these in at the prize table, right over there. He points over to your right this time.
So I gotta do now a 180 just to get to...
You can't turn left, you can turn right.
Yeah, okay, so I'll just...
So you can turn right. If you'd like, the rest of you can try to catch a sycamore seed. They're falling. They're falling from Northwind. Don't worry, it's not anything weird. You can see that this squirrel thoroughly did not think any of this through whatsoever. He's flying by the seat of his pants. I'm not trying to make
the
this
squirrel's
pretty, guys.
wearing pants?
The book is written this way. This isn't me!
I'm gonna try to catch one.
You know, I don't
I
have the
would
best
like to
experience
try to catch
touching
one.
anything wooden or flammable.
You know what? I'll try for you.
Dexterity.
Okay.
I'll try for you. I'll try for hero if there's still
That's a
seeds
6.
falling.
A 6.
19.
19 passes. You are easily able, because you've been chatting with Northwind, you are directly under the tree. And
Okay.
as you look up, you see a seed start to shake. You keep your eye on it, and as it drops, you just close your hands and you've got it.
I'm gonna go. You're going in. Ouch.
I know for a fact Phil would be kind of like look through the trees and just, I'm gonna go for that one, and it drops, and he just kind of, well, that was my one.
Let's say your timing was off.
You
Go ahead.
know, I
Give it a
think
shot,
that
Novi.
a little bit maybe it was
Go
off.
ahead.
Just a
Phil,
smidgen.
are you trying to catch a seed? Anyone trying to catch a seed, I need you to make a dexterity saving. Huh?
Phil failed. 6.
I will also try to catch one.
Go ahead and roll the d20 for me, dexterity.
19 plus 1.
Much like Lather, you'd seen what Lather did, and you started to try to mimic him because you kind of figured out that it was relatively effective. And just like Lather, you are able to spot one that starts to wiggle and starts to come loose, and you absolutely no problem. Phil, yours. You try to do the dad at the fair thing where you're reaching over people and trying to be very, very friendly, but it is not working for you. If you would like to roll again, you can.
Do it.
17.
Do it.
Finally, you are able to clasp your hand just barely around one. You're holding it by your thumb and your pointer finger, but you do have it. You just barely caught it. Has anyone who wants to roll for a seed rolled for a seed?
I wonder how these would work in a dish. Would you know if these are edible?
I wouldn't
as long
recommend
as
it.
no one finds them poisonous. Sycamore can be poisonous to a couple different species, so I'd look that up first. But, you should turn your seeds in at the prize table.
You know, I think I'm getting the feeling that we should turn these in at that there prize table on the right.
You know, I feel like I'm getting that same vibe.
Yeah, I don't know quite what it is.
I would hope so. I told you about it before, and I don't know if you heard me or if you just ignored me. If you ignored
That's
me, that
it.
would be really rude.
That's it. That's where I
Not a
have
chance there, my
Especially me, one intelligent creature.
Right. So, well, if everyone's got a seed, what about Hero? What about you, Hero? Why didn't you want to go for a seed?
To be fair, me touching anything flammable doesn't seem like the best idea.
Well, surely you can just turn it off.
Anyone who, by the way, anyone who blew on their dandelion, go ahead and make a wish, but message it to me in your player chats. Do not tell. You don't have to do this now. I don't think it would come back into play for. Let me check the book. Yeah, they're not gonna come back into play for a little bit, so if you want to do it after the session, you're more than welcome to. But you only roll on the prize table if you have a sycamore seed.
Okay. Well, I think let's commemorate this day together. We have supposedly a new party member, Mr. Phyll. We got these dandelions. They want us to join in the festivities. I can't get rid of these actually pretty comfortable wings. I can't.
Surprisingly, I thought they'd be more in the way.
Right? You would think,
Which,
but no.
by the way, Mr. Hero, yours are doing phenomenal. Yeah, a little bouncy, but you know, I like it. And Mr. Lather, I gotta say, up notch on the wings, good sir.
Thank you. I feel pretty.
Well, I say if we're going to enjoy these festivities until the next part of our journey when it comes to whatever was stolen from us, I say we blow out these dandelions together. What, you know what? Since we're in the fair, why don't we make a pact? What do you all say? Just a pact between men.
What? I was gonna say, what do you have? Men? Not all of us are men here.
Are we not?
Yeah, but what did you have in mind there, bud? Kind of like a sailor's promise?
Something along the lines of that. Just we make the pact that regardless of circumstances, we get what was taken from us, whatever that may be.
That sounds good to me, as long as I don't get pushed out any more mysterious doors.
I will agree to that as long as I don't get cast with a thunderous smash to the chest.
I make no promises on the pushing out of the doors, but I promise to help you get all of our stuff back.
So long as you guys promise to come on into Fort Granite every Thursday for the buy one get one countertop sale.
That actually
I
sounds
don't have money for a countertop.
Well, maybe we'll get money.
Yeah, I don't
We
have
have a great leasing program you can rent to own. You know, it's a whole thing. We understand the gold economy right now. It's a bit in the suffering area.
Yeah, Ronald Rump. That's weird.
Late there.
Yeah, I heard about the tyrant Ronald Rump in the Kingdom of Narn.
Do I need to point out again the living embodiment of fire as a human? Houses don't really work well for me.
We'll build it out of stone. Stone's not flammable.
That's not quite entirely true.
I was gonna say from experience.
Well, regardless.
Stone is flammable, but at a high temperature. You gotta know these things when you sell it.
So, regardless.
Yeah, you have to really try to burn down a kingdom. Trust me, I've tried.
My friend, I'm trying to make a pact.
In the lion's hole.
Dandelions out.
Dandelions out.
That's with the dandelions then.
Yeah, to getting back what was stolen from us, figuring out what to do next, have a good time, and no more shatter.
See that last part.
I heard
find out what's
I heard
going on.
eyes all around. I heard eyes all around. No shatter.
I'm just eating my dandelion now.
Last dandelion.
Let me know when you guys choose to proceed to the prize table.
I'm gonna type out my
I'm
wish
gonna
real
gently
quick.
rock my pumpkin Gordon, and I'm gonna.
I'm gonna
You know,
look at
I
my
was supposed to
door.
care for it like an
Goodbye,
egg. This
friends.
thing's more of a child now.
I mean, technically that would fall within the Fey Pact.
Has anyone seen my son?
You have a son?
That's my son.
Finding Gordon.
No, my boy! Father, help!
I'm gonna proceed my way gently over to the prize table. I believe we're trading in some goods. If anyone would like to come with me, that'd be fantastic.
Yes, that seems to be the
Would
thing.
anybody like any orange slices?
Oh, I do, actually. Yes.
Anyone
Wonderful.
who would like to... Sorry, I just realized that we have a new overlay. We have a new overlay with character names that I completely forgot about. So I'm setting that up
Yay.
as we are chatting. While I am setting that up and flipping over to our character names, go ahead, everybody roll another D8 for me.
You know, I feel like I'm back at the bingo slots. Well, technically out here in these areas, it'd be called the Pringo slots.
See, I've always been a crabs game man myself.
You know, I had that back in Bard Community College. Terrible thing to get rid of.
You're gonna be my new favorite character, dude.
Oh man.
How do you? Okay, so for my understanding, like I don't know if we're talking about the same things. Like there's crabs the game, crabs the meal, and crabs the thing that happens under the sheets, behind closed doors.
Oh no, I had a house
It was
infestation of
crabs.
crabs.
Oh, okay.
How?
No, that happened at community college too.
Where was your community college located?
A little further out west, you see, I couldn't quite afford the fancy life and go to a full-on Bard college, so I went to a Bard community college.
Nothing wrong with that.
That doesn't explain. Was there water around?
Oh yeah, there was a couple of lakes, you know, couple of wells, but no, it was a senior class prank to fill up a couple of the areas with crabs, and my dorm room happened to be in that hit zone, so I ended up with a rather nasty infestation of crabs.
Did you at least cook them up and eat them after that?
No, I accidentally spread it to everybody on the dorm floor. It was a whole issue.
And you know what? New overlay in 3, 2, 1. I'm the only one that can see this, but you know,
Yay, guys! Overlay. We'll see this in a couple of days.
it will be up Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That being said,
Yay.
everyone go ahead and roll on the D8 welcome gifts table.
Done and done.
The community college senior director Kuman Laude got a 7.
A 7. The seed turns into a gold piece in your palm.
Well, yeah, no, it's a gold I didn't have before, and it's a gold I can use for friends.
Now I understand why it's not a good idea to try and eat this. I would hate for it to turn to gold in my stomach. It'd be a nightmare coming out.
Wasn't there a king with a similar curse? I heard a story a while back. My history isn't the greatest.
Yeah, probably. It might have been Midas, Nidus, something.
Yeah, no, that might be it. Mr. Norman, have you heard anything as far as those curses go?
Far be it from me to help out the noble ass over here, but his name is Norvian, not Norman.
Oh, so now you believe
my apologies.
I'm noble again. You weren't quite so
No.
sure of it the last time.
I always believed it. I just don't give a shit.
Facts.
No, it's meant to no offense there. I'm just not the greatest with names, you know. I try to approach it as gently as possible. But is there something you'd prefer to be called that I can use quite simply, straightforward?
Who else?
Whatever you call it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, please do cut me off.
Don't give me ideas, Spencer. Whoever else is trading in their seat at the prize table, please give me your number. 3. Lather got 1. You got 8, and Ganta, what did you get? 2.
Big old 2.
If you rolled between a 1 and a 3 in your hand, the seed turns into a little shot glass filled with a golden liquid. Not golden like what liquid normally is. This is like captured sunlight. With a little note engraved on the shot glass that says, "Drink me."
Bottoms up.
Mr. Lather, I'm gonna wish you the best there. I've heard about some of these here fancy ales. This is gonna go straight to your head.
As you shoot your shot, warmth washes over you. Everything is amazing. And you gain the personality trait, I am easily amused. Everything is amusing, everything is fun, and any conflicting personality traits are subdued until the end of the Witchlight Carnival.
Ganta will reluctantly look at it and he'll down his shot.
Explains all the children screaming with nothing happening.
And then someone else said they got a 5?
Nope, just me. I got an 8.
You got an 8. You gain a D8 that you can add to one ability check before the end of the Witchlight Carnival.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah! Let's go.
Like a bardic inspiration.
Quick
There you
question.
go.
Quick answer.
The new tickets costed a gold, right?
Yes. Well, they don't cost a gold. You can use a gold to buy your way out of your previous Fey Pact. You do still need to pay in Fey Pact.
I would like to buy myself out of the Fey Pact, but still jealously guard my son, Pumpkin Gordon.
You cannot buy yourself out of your Fey Pact until you're turning in a completely used ticket.
Fair point. Okay.
And how many punches?
8.
One more time. I'm sorry.
8.
8 punches. Gotcha.
As you're looking around, having received your prizes, you see the big top in front of you. You see a little sign that's obviously meant for just the performers, but it does point to the wardrobe, and the guards look a little drunken, not paying attention. You see... You see a calliope, you see lost property, and you see that the layout of this carnival is a figure 8, so you can choose to go left, or you can choose to go right, or you can choose to go straight toward the big top, which has the big top, the staff area, and the wardrobe.
Most of us can choose
go
to go
left
or right.
Yeah. Ganta will look to the right and then 270 look over to the left. And then 180 look back.
You know what? It just says you can't turn left, but I'm fucking loving this. It is now you cannot interact with left.
He's just constantly turning in like a 360 towards his right.
And Ganta, as you feel the warmth from this drink envelop you, you feel your Fey curse fade, and you are once again able to interact with left.
I'll start spinning to the right, and then I'm like, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try it. It's probably gonna hurt. Ah! Finally! Please God! Oh my God! I can finally turn left. Oh my Lord. Let's go left.
You are looking. You are heading towards the lost property, the gondola swans, the carousel, and the wardrobe sign.
You said the wardrobe sign?
The wardrobe sign.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, quick sidebar here, gentlemen, if we can powwow real quick, and remember, your orange Ryans go back in this little bag here. No, quick powwow. Weren't we politely informed to avoid them here wardrobes?
Were we? I don't think so.
Come on, I don't think we were.
I don't think so.
Everything's happened so fast, so it's possible, but I don't think so.
It comes up as a little thorn in my mind, but if I'm perhaps misremembering, that's an okay thing as well,
Well, with this kind of place and this environment, it's not surprising. Like, everything is amusing to me for some reason, and all I did was just take a shot, and I've drunk before. I never felt like this, so everything is funny. Like you and your face is pretty funny right now. I like it.
Oh well, that's a fine how do you do.
Yeah, Lathe over here. Every time I think about the shatter to my chest, I kind of giggle. It's stupid. It's funny. I hate it, but it's funny. Norvian with your big dumb stupid face, like, it's just funny.
Yeah.
Phil's just gonna do the whole finger separation trick.
See, that's funny. That's Phyll. Oh my. You're funny. You're a funny man.
They just doubled over laughing.
Hero.
They say I kill here at the bar.
You see a couple pixies fly by.
Oh.
You know what? They must be first timers. That one's a little cute, though.
And then they fly off without giving too much explanation as to which one was cute.
Guys, I think I'm about to act up.
So, where are we headed, boys?
Right. We just let the three of them lead. They seem to be excited about everything.
Yeah, no, I've never had a problem following the biggest hearts. We can absolutely do that.
I have like this weird jingle in the back of my head. Everything is awesome. It's weird. I don't know.
I feel like I'm gonna be upset with saying this, but Lathier, where do you want to go?
As a reminder, Nate, you have the wardrobe where you can dress up in cool costumes. You have the big top right in front of you. You have heading towards Pixie Kingdom and the snail races, or heading towards the carousel and the gondola swans.
Ooh. Like, there's gonna be like, everything looks so and you're just gonna kind of see a little puff of smoke come out of his ear as he just like overwhelms himself.
One of the Witchlight hands guarding the wardrobe seems a bit intoxicated. He's holding a bottle of pear ale. He comes up to Lather and he's like, "Hey mate, you okay? Come sit down, come here." And he guides you over and sits you down just inside the wardrobe that obviously says, and like brings your entire group with you, trying to make sure that as a guest you are okay, but this man is obviously too drunk to be at work.
Well, regular carny.
Yeah, kind of like I wished I could be when we worked at Target.
Nice.
Yeah, that job was a trip and a half.
Not sponsored by Walmart.
No. And as you are sat down, you see. Actually, everyone make roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
What are we getting? 5?
12.
12?
18.
1!
15.
Everyone except for our 5 and our 1 notice that this guard has completely turned his back and fucked off. He's not paying attention. He is not keeping an eye on you, even though you're in a restricted area, which has given your group unrestricted access to the carnival costumes.
Guys.
Yes.
Guys, now's a chance.
No, there's a guard right there.
Look,
No, actually, he went off.
Look, fuck the guard. Just get over.
I wouldn't.
That's it.
Yeah, that seems a little aggressive.
Okay, well.
It does. I mean, we can't even buy him dinner first.
Yeah, forget the guard. I'll cook him dinner later. Let's have a little bit of fun.
Disregard the guards. Acquire currency.
Exactly.
He's already digging through the clothing looking for stuff to put on.
I don't even like him, but he's got the best idea. Let's just go.
I'm quite comfortable in my Hawaiian shirt and khakis, though. Not everything goes with these here glasses either. Would you mind helping me pick something out?
Shoes I can at you.
I can almost guarantee you I could find something that you will like.
You know what? I'll put my body in your hands.
I love it.
I was gonna say he is pretty sharply dressed. We have to agree with that.
I don't think I'll need it, but I want to keep the chainmail. But if you could find a cool hat, I'll take a cool hat.
Anyone who would
Sure.
like to check their wardrobe, go ahead and take a roll on a D8.
Let's do it.
Actually, no. Chad, can you roll for me since I'm putting some amount of faith in you?
I got you. Let's go.
Let's
Other
go.
than
love
the one-
this.
All right. So let me pull out my other D8. Nope.
A7, Lathier. You pull out, this is obviously a couple's costume. I will let you decide which half is the sexy half. It is a lion and lion tamer costume.
Wait, before you make that decision, I also rolled a 7.
Yes.
Did you? Oh, I'm sorry. I read 6. Now, 7 is ringmaster, but I'm going to use my DM privileges and say that you both.
Yes. Full send it.
So, who is going to be a lion and who is going to be a lion tamer? Complete with like the little plastic whiskers and some face paint.
I did say, Lathier, it is your choice today, so it's in your hands.
Be a sexy lion.
I got a philosophical monodical question for you. If it's a sexy lion, isn't that just a tabaxi?
This is it's a corset, still tiny little shorts, a fuzzy bikini top, and a pair of kitty ears.
Not to give you more cringe jokes, but the fact that you it's a Phyll-osophical question.
I got it. I want to die.
I'm just mad you went right over that one after all the other stupid ones you have said.
I don't want to belong on this plane of existence anymore. All right. So
I mean, we are in Feywild, which is another plane of existence. So
yeah,
you're good. Look at that.
All right, I'm gonna roll my Dragon Ball die for you, Phyll.
Oh boy.
And that is an
Really dragging
8.
this one out.
Yeah, that's an 8.
You pull out a showgirl costume. Think Carnival. It's a tiny little bikini with the full headdress and the fishnets and the heels with the full feather back mount headdress.
Does it have the fruit hat or is it like a feather hat?
I'll let you take the fruit hat if you have like the giant peacock tail.
See, this right here.
That's a deal. And
this right here looks great on you. You got the muscle build for it. You also have like a kind of a slim kind of figure, but you're kind of toned at the same time. You got the right
Wonders for
height.
your legs.
It does wonders for your
I'm worried
legs.
about my legs. How short is that skirt there?
This clothing is obviously magical. When you start putting these items on, they fit unusually well.
Well, I don't know about you gentlemen there, but I feel powerful.
The important question is, does it have pockets?
Yeah, no, I think it does. And then there's right up here in the bustier, I can tuck away just about anything.
And Ganta, as you're handing Phyll this sparkly showgirl bikini, you look and you see a box that says Ganta in very familiar handwriting.
Oh no. All right, guys. There's a dressing room right over there. Just go ahead. Here's your costumes. Try them on. Here.
I'm like halfway through getting the khakis off.
Yeah, he's already got the plan. Norvian, can you do me a favor? Norvian, can you do me a favor? Just kind of help them out. They're gonna need some help with the zippers.
Norvian, are you
Yeah.
willing to change your costume?
Yeah, I rolled a 3. Oh, actually, no, it was a 5 last time. The 3 was just when I put it back down. It was a 5.
You have a cartoon strongman costume with the little spandex shorts and a fake 500-pound barbell.
You big strong man.
That costume's perfect for you. It's inflated just like your ego.
Back there.
You know that normally I'd be upset, but pretty funny actually.
So I'm still looking for mine. You all head over to that dressing room, help each other out. I'll join you in just a second.
All right, guys.
Yeah, not a problem. Mr. Norvis. Did I say that right?
Are you talking to me?
No. The gentleman with the beautiful green wings over there.
Oh, me.
Yeah. Can you help me with the zipper? It doesn't quite work well. I have to do the peacock tail and then the zipper, and my arms ain't quite as dexterous as I was when I was a young man.
Of course.
As they all go to the dressing rooms, if I need to do a perception check, I will, but I want to look around first to see if anybody's still around. And then... Okay. And I will kind of like hunch over a little bit and look over this chest.
Are you opening it or are you just looking at it?
I am 100% going to open it.
You see a little note card on top, again that says Ganta in that same very familiar handwriting. Inside the box is a maid costume with paws, a tail, and cat ears. And when you open the note, it says XOXO Love Ventura.
I feel attacked. Chad feels attacked.
I'd like to roll for personal feelings.
I'd like to roll for emotional trauma.
You left us alone in a chat room, and this was the result.
From behind the dressing door, I cast Prestidigitation just to put a sign of Ganta feels attacked above his head.
Ganta will remember this.
Yep, that fits. That's on theme. All right.
I think it would be fair that at some point Phyll is going to cast dancing lights. It's just like a headlamp and a little flashlight because I can't see a damn thing in these dressing. Like, yeah, hold it straight for a moment there, pal.
And I will say anyone who does put their costume on gets a +1 to any charisma checks.
Hey, I'll take it.
Oh, I got a +8 now. That's going to be an interesting one.
What is mine?
So, just so anyone knows there, the name is not Nina, but I am a showgirl. But we are not going to the Copacabana. We're going to the Carnival Witchlight.
And
So,
with that,
after you all finish putting on your costumes and you get your all stuff zipped up, you all come. I would imagine you're all coming out at the same time, and you just see like the back of Ganta just kind of like face down. Tips his head up. You can clearly see the cat ears, and he turns around. He looks defeated. And it's just this really lacy.
he's
Made-
equally amused.
Yep. It's just it's super like lacy down at the bottom. The tail has a bell at the tip of it. He's wearing like a bell collar with like the little, I forget what the actual it's not a choker, it's like the little frilly lacy collar. The paws coming out as like big puffy tabaxi claws. What do you guys think?
I think you
You look like you're having fun.
I feel like I'm actually having fun. I'm just nervous.
It's okay to be nervous. Life is a nerve-wracking space, but sometimes you just gotta embody it a little more. There's things you can do and things you can't do. I'm sorry.
Is it showing my ass at all, or like I don't?
No, not at all, young man. Your tail's not. I mean, someone else might want to take over here. Yeah, and I'm gonna just kind of gently exit the conversation awkwardly.
Lathan's gonna look over at you and go, roar.
Roar.
Two cats.
Meow.
Okay, so for me,
He'll
we
just
have
start
to
purring.
Lather and Hero. Who put on the sexy lion costume and who put on the lion tamer costume?
I am the sexy lion.
Okay, you are the sexy lion. Now I'm just imagining like flamboyant lion from The Wizard of Oz.
That's why I did the roar.
Okay.
Right.
Do I have like what do I have along with the
You have
costume?
a whip. You have a whip.
Oh, fantastic.
But it's like a shitty costume store whip. Like you could not use this as a weapon. But it's like the kind of whip that someone who doesn't know what they're doing in kink gets and thinks it's gonna be good, but it's like $10.
Oh, like a Spirit of Halloween whip.
Yeah, like a Spirit Halloween whip.
Shout out to Spirit of Halloween if
One
you
of
want to
those ones
sponsor
you
us.
get from the back spots in some of these here
Backshot.
scary stores, like that one Stonsers.
The drunk Witchlight carnies have paid no attention to you. They've looked back and seen what's going on, but they honestly can't be bothered to do their jobs, so you have remained... They rolled 2s, by the way. Like, they really cannot be bothered to do their jobs.
So I'm assuming we're all getting ready to walk out of the tent? Or the dressing room, excuse me.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready.
Can
I
I
would
cast
like to
minor?
real quick just try to dancing light to see if that attracts the attention of our 2 new cat and feline-like members.
Are you trying to laser point at them?
You know what?
You know,
Cat A and Cat B roll intelligence against Phil's intelligence.
Of course.
No,
Because
I'm
it's
sorry,
Harley.
against Phil's performance.
oh boy,
Oh,
that's not gonna be
no.
one that you...
Alright. This is a thing.
Yeah, no, I got a +8 to performance there.
Oh, I'm aware.
Would you like me to roll for it or just...
Tell the boys. Let the boys tell you what they get, and then we'll make that decision. Because you're probably you're not rolling lower than a 9.
Correct, Moon.
Well, a 1 outside of a 1 being crit fail, but outside of that, yeah.
I'm still letting you guys add multipliers. I think that's dumb.
I got a big old fat 2!
Chad got a 2! So Kitty Chad is very, very easily amused by these dancing lights. He's chasing them in a circle.
I don't like the fact that the purring is ASMR. I can feel it. I don't like it. Oh.
Enigma.
Yeah, no,
what'd you get?
look, hey, I love it.
I don't need to roll. I'm not the cat. It's Lather.
Lathier's the cat. Lathier, what did you get? 2?
15.
15. Okay,
15.
so 15. Go ahead and roll against Lathier's, because he did get above your max.
What'd you roll?
28 total.
Oh my god.
Yes!
I will happily, like,
Oh
Yep,
my
that's
god.
Yep.
You guys can't see it on the YouTube land because it was covered by his little name
Oh, it's okay.
nameplate, but that is a natural 20. So yes,
That's a
all
20.
cats, all cat. Did you just say natural titties?
I just meow.
oh yeah, these are natural right here. The boosting just helps keep them together.
It lifts and separates.
So the dancing lights are just kind of going around. I'm like, there's no way. How are you?
Lather's just jumping around, roaring at it.
How are you? How are you? How are you doing? How are you doing this?
It's minor illusion to make the cat walk the exit of the costume tent.
So are we just using minor illusion plus dancing lights to lead the cat boys where we'd like them to go?
Yes, that's what we are.
Brilliant. Where are we leading the
I
cowboys?
believe that's about the idea. We're gonna lead them to the one place most cats don't like being. I personally would like to sit with the guys for a second and say, I'm partial to the gondolas. It's easy on the joints. But
Guys, I hope, just so we're on the same page, I'm not a fucking cat. Like, I'm still Ganta. But these fucking lights. I'm getting tired.
To show off the costumes, leaving the costume tents, and 2 cats chasing after lights. Is that where we're at?
Yep.
2 slutty cat boys is essentially.
Slutty cat boy. Meow.
Okay, so we have
Who's
one
seen
vote for the
Finster scream before?
Okay, I'm doing some things I'm not proud of, man, okay? Let's not bring up past trauma. Uncle in the cabin on the fishing trips.
I had a scoutmaster.
He show you the ropes?
We've got one vote for the gondola swans.
Sure, let's go. Just turn off these lights.
Why not?
No, just use the lights to guide them where we need them to go.
I'm a human! I don't need guidance!
A light flies right past your eyes.
Fuck!
As you walk up to the gondola swans, what page are the gondola swans on? I'm way too far. You walk up and you see a sign that says Gondola Swans, 1 ticket punch.
Alright. Well, it's our first ticket punch. Let's give it a shot.
Why not? Let's go.
Oh,
for it.
yeah. Now, if anybody would like to sit with me, I have no problem. Just be careful with the tail and the feathers. It wasn't easy to get on, and there was a lot of finagling and skippity-dooting.
For the sake of ease, this thing is mounted more on your back. It sits, the lowest point sits kind of above where your tailbone is, so you can sit and you can move. And if you need to, you can kind of pull the feathers, like a fan, you can kind of pull it up and in. So if you need to make room for people, you are able to.
I'm gonna readjust the can. I'm imagining it as a can dress.
Well, I think Hero and Lathier, being considered that they are matching, they should definitely ride together. Any objections? Going once, going twice, sold. So
As
No
you're
objections from me.
trying to figure out who's going to ride with who, you see a massive swan start to swim by, pulling behind her a very ornate wooden gondola that would seat about 8 medium-sized creatures.
So much for the going in pairs then, huh?
I tried. Well, it still doesn't mean that we can't. It fits 8. That still means that 2 of you can still. The 2. You know what? Just to fit the theme.
There's a 1. There's a 2, 3,
Exactly.
5.
Excuse me, you can all fit.
Oh my god.
Oh golly gee willikers.
She.
Are you riding, or should I move on to the next group?
Oh no. We're,
Yeah,
we're,
we,
we're
uh,
riding.
First punch already.
Yeah, we would absolutely love a gondola ride.
Norvian, she
one-
has. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, this one bows her head and motions towards the very mundane hole punch tied with a string to the sign. She will not let you on the gondola
let's go
until
real
you
quick.
punch your ticket.
Yeah, let
I'm
me
not
just
so
get these
sure
here.
about going near water.
Oh, you'll be fine. Just get with the times.
I
What?
won't push you.
Look, yes. See, you're among friends. You're among company. Where nothing's gonna happen to you, my friend.
Did I perhaps punch mine a little bit too early? Because if that's a problem, I'll go by myself.
Oh no.
It's a bit of a problem.
No, yeah.
Norvian.
Punch my card and head down defeated, walk towards the swan.
Is it you, or is it just me, or does this one just gorgeous?
Yeah.
You know, I gotta say, she's got a very healthy lilt to her voice. It sounds like a singing voice. You know, we had this one.
How loudly are you all talking?
It started off quiet, and then Phil came in and was like, I guess we're just talking normal sound because he does not have an indoor voice, and I love it.
And I do need to remind you, Hero, you must compliment every person you meet.
Yeah, but a swan's not a person, it's an animal.
Well, now, hey
Creature.
there, bud. That's a
Creature.
See,
little
no,
speciesism.
every creature.
So,
She seemed rather indifferent, maybe a little annoyed by your arguments, but the minute she starts hearing you compliment her, she starts to kind of preen and feel it, wiggle her head. She's obviously kind of feeling herself, and she does, oddly, even though she's a swan, crack a very small smile. You can tell that you're kind of winning her over.
down.
Down backwards.
Stepping onto the swan ride, Hero's gonna touch the feathers and be like, her feathers are very soft.
Thank you, darling. I do try to take very good care of them.
Oh
now,
God,
will
I
the-
could
will the
listen
rest
to
of
her
you be
speak.
riding.
Yes,
Yes,
please.
He's gonna
absolutely.
follow to the right.
I'm
Yes,
gonna
mommy.
real quick just sit down here. I have to say, I may have feathers as well, but yours are just absolutely immaculate. You look like you take great care of them.
Oh, thank you, darling. Now, along we go. And she starts to swim lazily along the river. You pass. This is the river that winds through the Witchlight Carnival. So you do get glimpse everything as you pass, with the exception of the bubble teapots and Pixie Kingdom, as those are on the innermost of the carnival. But you see as you're passing the Mystery Mine, the snail races, Silver Song Lake, and the mermaid Palasha. And as you keep moving, she kind of turns her head back around to look at you and goes, now, I do wonder, you do seem like a group of very intelligent individuals. How do I know you exist?
That is.
Well, to
Do you know we
get
exist?
philosophical.
I'm even more intrigued by this conversation than I was 5 seconds ago. How do you know we exist?
With how abundant magic is, how do you really know that anything exists? Much being said, in a world so full of magic and illusions, how do we know that time is not one of those illusions?
Time 100% could be one of those illusions, but my feelings for you are 100% real, my dear.
Oh, darling.
Bestiality is questionable here.
She's definitely warming up to Ganta, and she seems to ask you directly as she goes, well, in that case, what is joy?
Joy is having the opportunity to say, I want to keep writing.
You know, Joy was actually a roommate of mine. Oh, well, a dorm mate.
Stop talking, Phil, for once! Just let me have this!
I don't think we've met. I'm Feathery.
Ganta Dormont.
Very nice to meet you, Ganta. She is obviously too... She's a very large swan. She cannot shake your hand. But there is a sparkle in her eye as she's addressing you.
I do like the butler greeting
Yeah.
in a cat girl outfit.
Cat girl.
As she's swimming, she passes, like I said, Silver Song Lake and Palasha the mermaid.
Mm?
You know, I don't usually like to air my coworkers' dirty laundry. However, you, Ganta dear, are something very special. It is extremely sad what happened to Candlefoot and Palasha?
My dear, what happened? Hopefully it didn't affect you too much.
Oh, not at all. Palasha is a very dear friend of mine. Candlefoot has attempted to propose to Palasha.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, he was about to
Well,
declare
sweet.
his love in front of everyone when this Kenku swooped in. She stole his voice right out from under him, and now poor Candlefoot isn't able to propose to the one he loves.
Can I do a history or intelligence check to see if I know anything about Kenkus?
Yes.
I was
That's a natural 20, baby!
Never mind.
You,
Let's go.
you know that Kenkus can generally only speak through mimicry, through mimicking others' voices. However, you've heard of a spell somewhere that some Kenkus with the ability to wield magic can physically steal the voice from another being and express their own free thought that way.
Okay.
It was
So Candlefoot-
upsetting.
Candlefoot has lost his voice.
Yes, and oh, poor Palasha. She was heartbroken. For weeks she thought that she was being ignored.
Moments before the...
Telling me I have a chance.
With Palasha? How dare you? She's just lost her love.
Don't mind him. He's been a little touched in the head, if that makes any kind of sense. He's actually really
these outfits.
he's actually a really good fellow.
She looks him up and down, looks back at you and goes, I would advise you to keep your leash on your dog, lest he
I
end up
will.
in the water.
I will. Hey, and I'll lean over towards Hero as best as I
But
can.
the mention of water, just
You were just saying you do not want to fall in the water. This is the one that will do it.
And she goes on this rant to make things concise. Palasha and Candlefoot very much were in love, very much were engaged, but the minute that his voice was stolen, Palasha thought that she was being ignored, and Candlefoot cannot find a way to tell her that his voice was stolen, because whenever she sees him, she starts to cry and will swim away.
Is there anything... What would make you happy in this scenario? Would it be maybe try and talk to Candlefoot, maybe help him, maybe help out his love? What would make Featherine happy in this particular scenario?
Oh, darling, I'm so glad you thought of me. I'd very much like to see them at least have a chance to talk. I do enjoy my late-night talks with Burley, the bugbear. He's done all he can, but he can't seem to locate Candlefoot's voice.
And Burley is who now?
He's a bugbear that works here at the carnival. He helps out Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. If memory serves, he does miss his brother tremendously. I don't know if you know this, but things do have a tendency to, go missing here at the carnival. Burley's brother Hurley hasn't been seen since, well, the first night. 8 nights ago.
So we have Burley and Hurley. Hurley is missing.
Hurley
Candlefoot. Yeah, Hurley is missing. Candlefoot's voice is missing.
Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are being incredibly tight-lipped about the entire thing. I don't know what they're hiding.
Is there any way to speak with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light?
I do believe at the second hour they will be making a appearance right in front of the big top.
Right.
So,
And-
you know, I hate to be that guy, but has Candlefoot tried writing stuff down? Is he just illiterate?
You know, I don't know. I do know that as Palasha is a mermaid, it is a little difficult for her to see through the water outside of her glass, so even if he wrote things down, I don't know if she'd be able to read it.
Oh, well, if Mr. Candlefoot can't speak, I was a champion at charades back at community college.
community college.
Well, yes, indeed. You're looking at the summa cum laude.
You see her pause. Like her brain is buffering. Summa cum laude, my dear.
Oh my
well, I like your
god.
French.
And she turns her attention back to Ganta. You could tell that when she calls you my dear, it's like when a southern woman says bless your heart.
Oh yeah, I like it.
But when Ganta, when she's talking to you, she does seem very genuine.
Got a one up.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Gotta get my gun. So, my dear, if we're able to help Mr. Candlefoot find his voice by locating this Kanku, would Mr. Witch and Mr. Light be willing to have us for an audience? A private one-on-one audience?
Well, I don't know if I can really say. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light have been very preoccupied. It is difficult, even for me, to gain audience. However, as I said, I spend a lot of time talking with Burley. I would talk to Burley. He may be the one bugbear in this carnival who can get you the information you're looking for.
And where might we find Mr. Burley?
Here and there, you may try to sneak into the staff area. It is not the most easy thing to accomplish, but...
My dear, are you advocating a little bit of naughtiness there?
Life's no fun if you don't get your feathers a little ruffled.
Down, 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 down.
However, if you do get caught, you didn't hear it from me.
It would be like as if we never met each other, which breaks my
It would be a
heart.
shame.
What are you doing later this afternoon?
I go on my break at 3.
I see you at 2:55.
And as the gondola pulls up, the first hour has passed, and you have 1 hour left until Mr. Witch and Mr. Light will be outside the big top.
I am putting in my notes, meet up with Bird at 2:55.
So how far are we from the mermaid now?
Pretty much right next to her. The gondola swans and the mermaid are right next to each other.
So if we're right next to her, can I try to use message to just say Candlefoot likes you?
No, because you are not familiar with Palasha. You need to be familiar with the beings. So,
okay, I got you.
However, you are able to walk over to the attraction and talk to Palasha.
No, that works too.
You know, I could go to the Silver Song Lake there. I don't mind hearing a song or two.
Sure.
You know, I could strum along on my ukulele.
Shouldn't we go look for the bugbear that she mentioned?
We could also go talk to Candlefoot as well. We gotta figure out the process that we want to move through these points in.
You know,
Are we still on Featherine?
One more time?
Are we still on Featherine right now, or are we just now getting off?
I'd say you're in the process of getting off, but I have imagined that Ganta, you were one of the first people to get on the gondola, so you'll be one of the last people to exit the gondola.
Okay. Well, my lady, I'll see you at 2:55. If you'll have
I'm gonna
me.
do it. She doesn't say anything, but she preens and gives you a look, and with her beak plucks a very small feather out from right near the base of her neck, which long-ass swan neck, she can fucking reach it, and drops it in your hand. Should you ever find yourself in trouble, I hope this helps. Go ahead and add Swan's Feather Fall to your inventory. You may use this feather once. When you burn it, it acts as a scroll of feather fall.
And it's a one-time use?
One-time use. You have to burn the feather.
Okay. Well, Hopefully, my dear. The only trouble that I get myself is
She,
what happens when we actually do meet each other again.
she winks at you, composes herself for a minute, and moves forward, and you just hear off in the distance, "Are you going to be riding, or do I need to move on?"
I'm sorry, that was great, but if she would have pulled off with just the the swan, honk as well. I will see you soon.
All right, guys.
There was a very real possibility that Hero was going to go in the water, because it says if you make fun of or belittle her philosophical questions, she will actively try to dump your entire party into the river.
I didn't do that.
And it was
Think about that. Until
yeah. There was no metagaming. I've done this before, but we never did this thing, so I legit had no idea. I only knew of feathering. We've never interacted with. So I'm like, there was no metagame. This is legit Ganta.
I would like to point out, Chad,
We'll see there.
you're trying to fuck a swan. You are, in fact, a furry.
I would like to
Ganta
point
is
out,
not Chad.
I would like to point out
You know,
that not only are you trying to fuck the swan, but you're trying to fuck the swan while dressed as a cat girl.
Look,
What are you gonna do? Go off into the middle of the woods?
Look,
A
Ganta.
cat maid.
Look, Ganta.
I have
Ganta
a
has
bit of a philosophical question of my own. If it's a bird, is it still a furry or is it a feathery?
I like the feathery.
Because I know the people that are into Dragonborns call themselves scalies.
Aliens.
I just want to clarify, so if we're going to go ahead and harass Mr. Ganta here, we know how to approach it appropriately.
Another
I feel
question.
feathery would be appropriate.
Would she be upset if she saw your feather duster?
Is that a
Technically, I think
euphemism?
That's goose feather.
Yes.
Yeah. Look,
we,
Ganta. Look, I have very specific interests, right? Like, I've met literal tens of thousands of adventurers, all shapes and all sizes. It's the things that you don't see every day, and not just in women, just in general that catches my attention. Like a food or a drink I've never had before will get my attention over my favorite meal.
You know, he's got
So
a
you
good
still
point.
go to
I think
sleep.
I'm actually on the side of Mr. Ganta here. You know, I've been known to stuff a bird for a family gathering here and there.
Ganta will remember this. I'm gonna get like one a day. Ganta will remember this abilities for a free minor illusion. Yeah, a free minor illusion once a day. Ganta.
So have we decided what we're heading towards?
I was gonna say, my out of character, because I had an idea in character, but I'm good. I feel like Norvian or Spencer needs to say this more than anything. Gang, I think it's time to split up.
I get it. Comedy.
If you split up, I will ruin all of you. This is my second session as a DM. I'm not running two goddamn separate games.
Do not split the party. Even on shopping
You know-
episodes, dude. Like literally, my last session that I had this past Sunday, they decided to split the party in the town that their home base is in. I still found a way to fuck them up.
You know, I believe with the disembodied voice might have a point there. I feel like we can have the most fun if we just kind of stick together. Remember, would anybody like any orange slices?
Yeah, I still never got those.
Like,
You
there's
know
like,
what?
"Ooh,
That's up to your
me
point.
again."
Yeah.
You an orange
Slices.
salesman or a granite salesman? I'm starting to lose the picture.
You know, often enough, those two fields cross more than you think.
I would think they cross zero, so.
I don't need. Yeah, that's a question we don't need to ask.
The question we do need to ask.
I'm gonna pass out
is-
some sliced oranges.
the question we do need to ask is, where do we go from here? We have Burley the Bugbear, who seems to know a lot more about anything else, but we don't know where he is. We have Candlefoot, who, let's be fair, wouldn't be able to tell us anything, but we can maybe find some clues. Maybe he can draw something out for us. We can try to find this Kenku. We could talk to the mermaid. Maybe we can stand outside Mr. Witch's, Mr. Light's carnival.
We go from Miss Paulina and ask her what's going on her end, and then we work backwards to Mr. What was his name? Cameron.
Was leaning more towards the bugbear. That was kind of where I was thinking of going.
Well, I think the bugbear would be the best if we just knew where he was.
We just have to get his attention. That's all.
I will remind you that Featherine did say you would most likely be able to find him if you snuck into the staff area.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Or if we create a big enough scene.
I don't know if creating a scene really, don't get me wrong, like it definitely would be the easiest, but it coincidentally would also be the hardest for us to deal with. We don't know. You could, and it would be hilarious.
You know, I could do a little can dance and accompany some music, and then throw on myself a little.
That sounds like a
side
bad
show.
idea. That sounds like a good idea.
I was going to say we have two people who've graduated from Bard College, well, Bard Community and Bard College, and I feel like we could possibly attract some attention.
Well,
you know, I'm not gonna lie to you there, Mr. Hero. I don't know if I like the way you said community college, but I'm gonna let that one go because I like it. You're a good guy.
God,
I was just following your lead. I wasn't trying to say it was anything less of it.
Right. So we have a couple of game plans, right? We could try to make enough of a distraction, or maybe even an attraction between the five of us, to get Mr. Burley to come and find us, or even better, Mr. Witch or Mr. Light, who apparently are the owners of this carnival. We could run our luck and just peruse, and maybe we'll run into a Kenku, maybe, or Mr. Burley, maybe. We're here next to the mermaid. Maybe we can try and just speak with her. I kind of think that we need to just. I say we take just a few minutes of just walking around us. Maybe we might get lucky, and if we can't see anything that would really help us, maybe put our own attraction. Something positive, something fun, something lighthearted.
I think a great show would attract a lot of attention when it wasn't one of their attractions.
I think so too. You make a good point.
I can play the lyre.
Yeah, no, these knobbly knees can indeed still hit them cans pretty sharp.
So, that sounds like the plan.
I do want to express we should probably, since we're right here, you know, I don't want to have to try to turn the party around. No, that their Paulina mermaid is right next door.
I mean, what's the harm in asking her? She might be able to give us something. I know she's a mermaid. She sticks in the water for her life, but maybe she has seen something that can give us some kind of a description for Candlefoot. Something. But we don't even know what Candlefoot looks like.
But the Swan says that every time Candlefoot is brought up, she's going to cry and swim away. What are we supposed to do with that?
As a reminder, she says every time Candlefoot tries to communicate with her.
I can flurry of blows her. I'm looking at my stuff and I'm like,
you're gonna blow who now?
Don't piss off the Swan. You already have a date with her.
Oh, I do.
If you punch the mermaid in the face, I feel like over.
I am excited.
That's quite concerning there.
Hey, you were the one that was bringing up pitching tents earlier. I'm just following suit.
What are you gonna practice your unarmed strikes on her?
You wouldn't be proud if that were your tent.
No, I have a very small tent post.
I mean, that's okay. You can always just trade it out for something else.
It's not always the tent post as much as the attractions inside.
Exactly, and I have a very, very
He's
vivid
got a point.
attraction.
Sometimes it's not about the tent post, it's about the rides you attract them with.
Speaking of attracting rides, I
Oh,
kinda,
right, the Silver Bell Lake.
yes. I think since we're honestly, I kind of agree with you, Phil. If we're right there, then maybe we get something. Just don't make her cry, and we should be all right. That means no shatter,
Sidebar for a
Lathier.
second and look to see if I have access to calm emotions, because you fucks give me nervousness.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I was like, shit, I'm playing a monk. I can't cast spells.
You can cast iron and throw a pan at somebody.
Yeah.
I would like to take this
Ooh.
to remind you that we are using the mood tracker.
I have charm person. Whatever, we're fine.
Oh yeah.
Except for
Ganta,
like
Ganta doesn't know that, but Chad does.
So as you're walking up to Palasha the mermaid, you see this beautiful lake surrounded by almost like a barrier to keep little kids from walking up too close and falling in. And in the middle of this lake is this massive bowl. It's got gold along the top and bottom. Inside, you see Palasha.
Hey, Novian. Now's your time to shine, my friend.
She is singing. It is the most beautiful singing voice you've ever heard. But as she sings, there are images made out of water jumping around. There's fish, there's dolphins, but everything she sings has a melancholy tone to it. You can see her eyes are, were they above water, would be welling up with tears. And she is just trying to put on a brave face for work and not succeeding very well at all.
And
I say we let her finish her show and find a way up to the stage or green room or whatever the world is called. And I don't know, try and talk to her. Try and figure something out. I think Novian should try and talk to
I
her.
got myself a bit of an idea here. Can I pluck a few notes on my ukulele as accompaniment?
Okay.
Anything you'd like me to roll for that?
You don't need to. Yet.
I'm going to just kind of pull up a dad ukulele, spend about 10 seconds just getting the tune in, and then just pluck along, not trying to play or out voice, but just adding the notes kind of to the background.
You see that she does...
Lather's gonna look over.
Oh, she does notice. And she syncs her tempo to you as she dives down into the bowl, past where you can see, and pops up right near the boardwalk, right in front of where you are, as she continues to sing.
I'm just going to gently, make a gentle pace around the boardwalk bowl area, just kind of making it like a back and forth game, so to speak, like a musical.
Like a dance.
Thank you.
There you go.
Hero's gonna pick up.
Response.
Hero's gonna pick up on Phil's idea. He's gonna start following behind using his paintbrush to paint magic in the air to add into the coloring and everything of the show that she's putting on.
A small smile does play at her lips, very small, but nonetheless there. As her mood starts to lift just a little, and she starts singing a slightly happier tune, still keeping tempo with Phyll.
I'll try and help out if you guys will allow me. So for those who are watching, I'm playing a monk, an ancestral dragon, so my unarmed strikes can change elements. So what I would like to do is do my breakdance / capoeira dance and try to trace Hero's paint with cold. So my feet will release cold damage, and I'm gonna try and trace to give it that extra flair.
As you are doing so, you hear someone start screaming at her.
Oh, why can't you just pick a tune and stick with it?
I would like you all to roll wisdom and perception. I need one of each to see what you recognize.
Wisdom and perception?
It's the same thing.
No, I'm sorry. I need your perception and insight.
There you go. Okay. Now I'm picking up what you put down. All right, gonna do insight first. Okay. And perception. You've got to be shitting me.
Do you need to change dice again?
I don't know if you can see it.
I can.
Two natural ones.
Two natural ones.
Okay. He is useless.
Okay.
Oh,
Ganta's head.
Distracted by your dance.
Ganta's head is swimming with wonderfully feathery thoughts, and he is not paying attention. Ganta is looking forward way too much to 255 to notice anything going on.
I'll just see myself out. Yep. Good game, guys. GG.
so wait, we're rolling wisdom and what?
You're
Insight.
rolling insight
Perception and insight.
and perception.
Insight and perception. Gotcha.
Now, for ease, we're gonna first do your insight roll. Was anybody at or above a 13?
That was.
Yes.
Anyone who met or beat 13 recognizes this as a kenku mimicking someone's voice.
Is that perception or insight?
That would be insight.
Insight? Okay.
Did anyone meet or beat 15 for perception?
I did. Not.
I did.
That Kenko has Candlefoot's voice. That's why.
You recognize it as a mimicry, not necessarily. This is not a voice you recognize, but you do recognize that this is not an original voice. This is a kenku mimicking a voice.
15 for perception. Sorry, my brain got ahead of me.
You're good. For perception,
19.
anyone above a DC 15,
I am.
you see a small goblin. But as she starts to run away, you see a glint and recognize that that is a disguised person spell, and that this disguised person is most likely the Kenku.
How far away as they start running are they?
She's far down. She's quite a ways away. But she does dart back into the crowd. You recognize it, but you do lose sight of her.
I got something.
Yes, Lathier?
I'm gonna see this little goblin, and I'm going to go to cast Vicious Mockery on it.
Go right ahead.
Oh my god. Wait.
I'm gonna say, you stink so bad one would think you were a bird, but because it's my first spell after my thing, it attacks me.
Nah, so
roll against yourself?
Roll
Yeah, I have to roll
yourself.
against my own wisdom save.
Please fail. Please fail.
Oh no, I passed. I did good.
Okay. It doesn't
do we
land.
have
on-
the space and time to?
I was gonna say it doesn't land on like you would expect Vicious Mockery to, but you do feel like you hurt your own pride there a little bit.
I'm like, I don't smell like a bird.
You smell like a bird. Do I smell like a bird?
Do we have the space and time to? I know we just popped up a spell, but just confirming we have the space and time to maybe cast one.
One, yes.
Now, was that one taken by Lather, or does?
Is there a diameter on Vicious Mockery?
No, it's a single person
No,
spell.
it's
Then no.
single person spell, duration's instantaneous.
Then only Lathier is affected.
Okay.
We know it's the Kanku.
You know it's the Kenku. You know it was summoned mimicking the Kenku's voice. But you're not completely sure where she went.
Okay, so you don't have time to cast anything else.
Yet.
I do.
Yet.
I know nothing. You guys are on your own.
Yeah, you're
jack shit.
The thing you do.
You're like pretty colors.
Pethering.
What the heck, goose?
I'm gonna go ahead and throw a Vicious Mockery as well.
Can you if you've lost sight of her?
No, it is
we
sight
can't cast
based.
it. No.
You can see within range. You have to be able to see it.
The thing you do notice, Ganta, is someone shouts at Palasha about picking a song. And her face starts to fall, her lip starts to quiver a little bit. But she keeps singing.
So I heard somebody say, pick another song?
Can't you just pick a song and stick with it?
Gotcha.
And then her jaw starts to quiver.
So
The Sanji in me wants to go and kick the shit out of this person, but the Ganta in me wants to keep doing what he's doing.
Well, the
To try to-
Sanji in you wouldn't know
it's left from
who or
right.
what happened because the
Yeah.
crit failed.
And I'll try to I don't know if she can hear me. I don't know what languages that she speaks. So I'll just my word. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
I'm gonna cast
going to-
message on Phyll. The message is gonna be, I have an idea, change the song.
Okay. I'm gonna go from the lilting one we have into a tavern shanty.
Palasha stops for a minute and kind of sighs, takes a minute to collect herself, and follows suit.
And then
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm gonna cast dancing lights. I'm gonna change the general shape of them to be. I'm gonna say just change the general shape from like rough orbs to more of a like those flickering globe lights you see every so
I would
often.
like both of my cat boys to roll Constitution.
Oh.
Oh goddamn.
Oh boy. Something bad's about to happen.
Yeah, hey there, bud. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and focus real tight, and I'm gonna burn a bardic inspiration. You get a D6 to your roll. And yeah, no, I'm gonna need you to focus up real quick.
Okay, good, because I got
Don't tell me what you got. I can't do that.
Is it Chad or Lathier?
I mean, if
Oh, well, now it has to be Chad. He just gave you his
well,
roll.
when I was, I
Yeah,
haven't
Chad-
said the number.
Chad it is.
If the DM wants to help out, a little bit of outside meta, I'm confident because I rolled a 19.
Give it to Lathier. That's okay.
Later, you may add a D6. Yeah,
While
my
Lathier
friend,
is
I
adding
need you to stop
D6.
lying around. I need you to focus up real quick. It's a quick powwow, little huddle here. I need you to pull it together.
Wow.
While you're doing your lights, I'm going to change my strikes from cold to lightning to try to make those colors pop a little.
You do not see the dancing lights at all. In your head, you're just imagining how your night is going to go, and you do hear in passing as Featherine swims by again. I'll see you at 2:55, Ganta, darling.
I hear that?
Silversong Lake is right along the river that Featherine swims, if you look at your map.
The gondola is, right?
Yeah, so as
Yeah.
Featherine swims by, pulling another gondola, you hear, "I'll see you at 2:55, Ganta darling."
Horniness saves him from chasing the lights.
Yeah.
You are saved
Mr.
from being a
Ganta there,
cat girl by being horny.
Can we all just take a moment to appreciate that Ganta pulled Featherine while dressed as a Neko maid?
Yeah, no, nothing but much appreciation there. But if you don't at least get a feather goose down pillow from this, I'm gonna say you were cheated.
Oh, I'm gonna goose something down.
Oh my god.
You know, when it comes to birds, if you tie the legs together, you can keep the insides moist. I've cooked a few birds.
Oh, we're gonna get along just fine, buddy.
Just tell me what that neck do.
Yeah, everything I want it to.
Yes,
Oh my god.
yes, Spencer, D&D is always this horny.
Oh no, TikTok is gonna hate us.
No, they're not. They're gonna love us. Especially my followers.
Well, I don't know
We'll
about
be
that. You
fine.
know, I've
So
done
I
some bird
heard
watching in my
feathering.
day.
So I heard Featherine. Is that what the con save was for?
No, the con save was to see if you got distracted by the dancing lights that Phyll
Gotcha.
just cast.
Gotcha,
However,
okay.
because you passed, you didn't even see the dancing lights because Featherine reminded you about that bird ass.
My bae.
All right.
That's a whole lot of
wait,
awakening.
did Lathier pass? That's
No.
11 plus the d6.
With the D6, I got 17.
Yeah, you're okay.
By the way, that's the
just
inside.
for-
Oh, dang, hold on.
Just for your meta, so that I don't have to keep explaining this, I'm changing it to, instead of beating Remus's performance, it'll be a DC 10 Constitution check.
Okay.
Or saving throw, sorry.
Every time there's shiny lights.
Every time.
Oh, I get it now because I'm wearing a fucking cat outfit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, Ganta's just dancing in the air because I'm a fucking cat.
Because you're a fucking furry.
You know, I feel like I may have ballisted myself in the foot here a little bit, but I'll deal with that one.
Remind me where we are. I got caught off and distracted explaining.
We just changed the song
Yes.
to a tavern shanty.
Tavern shanty, dancing lights, kind of
Lightning damage.
yeah, lightning damage for effects in the air. So little crackles and sparks will come off of my feet. If it makes more sense, I'll do performance to see if I can get some more air time to make some like kind of like that cigarette trail in the dark.
Go right ahead.
Oh, like acrobatics?
Yeah, acrobatics. Sorry,
Yeah,
acrobatics
go
or performances.
acrobatics.
Okay, something I'm actually good at. Hey, that is a 22.
You're able to pull it off. These lights are swirling and shining, and Palasha seems to be kind of coming back to life. Excuse me. As
I'm
your
gonna very
lights-
gently rest my hand on the glass and then just kind of smile, like the real nice and easy, polite morning smile when you wave to your neighbors as they're walking by.
Chad,
And I'm just-
at advantage. Chad,
Hmm?
at advantage, can you roll perception for me?
Sure. I'll take that one. You said perception?
Mhm.
16.
You hear Sarah's voice in the crowd.
I told you, just
Oh.
pick a song and stick with it.
Oh shit. I should not hear Sarah's voice.
Go ahead and roll insight.
Oh no.
Go ahead and roll insight at advantage, all of you, because you know you've heard a mimicked voice once before.
Insight +4? Nice. 21.
First one's a 6,
If we're above a 13, you're good.
Sweet.
next one's a 17.
Okay. Anyone who passed my DC 13 insight check notices this at notices this as mimicry. Go ahead and roll at advantage another perception roll to see if you can find her.
Naughty 20.
23.
Yeah, those two natural ones have like completely changed everything. Now I'm just rolling everything like 14, 15, 16 up.
18
22.
with it.
Okay. You all see, Phyll, you would not recognize this person as you were not at the Harlequin's Hearth Inn. But the rest of you see Sarah in the crowd.
I'll oh, sorry.
Something's not quite right. The nose is a little bit off. The hair is just a little too long. This Sarah is maybe 2 to 3 inches taller than the Sarah you're familiar with, and Ganta, you would notice this the most, as you are extremely familiar with Sarah.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. I cast Charm Person on Sarah, the mimic Sarah.
Okay. I'm not too familiar with Charm Person. What's the save roll for that?
I had it somewhere. I know it's something.
A DC 12 plus my spell mod, so DC 16.
Wisdom.
Wisdom?
Wisdom, yeah, sorry.
You're good.
320.
I've got the same spell, so.
Damn it!
It glances off and hits a very small child next to her. And this kid is now just fucking having a great time. The parents are pretty sure the candy just kicked in, but you do miss fake Sarah.
Does Lather notice casting a spell?
Like your party
There's-
member casting the spell? Or
Yeah.
Yes, you notice hero cast Charm Person.
It's got verbal and somatic, so he would have to say something and do things with it. So you would be able to see it.
I'm going to look towards the person that he cast Charm Person at, and I'm going to cast Crown of Madness at them.
Go ahead.
Jesus.
Which save is that? Is that also wisdom?
That one's also a Wisdom save, yes.
Okay, what am I looking to beat?
Spell save DC 12.
14.
Damn.
Wait, is it plus your spell modifier or no?
Well, your spell save DC is 10 plus proficiency plus your modifier.
No.
It does
It's
not.
not.
Last time she rolled an 18. This time she rolled a 12, and she has a +2 to wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and give chase. I'm gonna sternly walk after this person.
Okay.
Are we just gonna abandon the performance?
Yeah, we're just giving.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going at. Can I roll?
Oh no, that's
performance?
right. I am occupied.
Phyll.
I was gonna say, can I keep going to cover up Phil's chase?
I was gonna say if this makes sense, you three, not Phyll, would recognize obviously that this is Sarah. I work with Sarah.
No, yeah, he's got a point. I wouldn't break performance for something I don't recognize.
Yeah, Phyll.
For
I'd have no comparative.
ease of this, is anyone actually chasing Kettle Steam?
I 100% am going.
Roll athletics.
The
Straight.
bird?
The bird. She's still disguised,
Yeah.
but you are beyond reasonably certain that this is the Kenku.
And you said athletics.
As soon as I felt my spell not hit, I would be chasing.
Okay, anyone who's
Let's-
chasing.
let's go right there.
athletics. And we're doing athletics versus athletics.
Okay, let's go.
I would
right
be
there.
staying in place. I don't have a
We're
comparative
keeping the
to chase
performance
after this person.
going. Like I
You
know,
said
I know
acrobatic?
that I can't leave mid
I
performance.
said athletics.
Okay. Oh, well, that's still decent. 17.
19. Let's go.
Go.
She
Told you, ever since those 2 natural ones.
She trips over her feet just as she's running. She sees you coming, Lather. The sexy cat ears bouncing as you run.
Cat boys unite!
Same thing
Yes!
to you, Ganta. The cat tail and the tiny little maid skirt are just going fucking nuts.
Speaking of cats.
Yes.
Now that my cats aren't near me.
This is actually what I'm imagining Ganta looking like as a cat. This is Espresso.
That
This is now Cat Ganta.
an amazingly handsome cat.
Um,
That is a manly man cat.
John will hold full-on conversations with this goddamn cat. But you guys are chasing her, and just as she exits the gondola swans, she is... You know those areas at carnivals where it's like slightly between the tents, and it's like not technically backstage, but you're not supposed to be back there?
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
she goes, and as she's trying to vault over a dividing bar, her foot catches, she trips and rolls, and her concentration breaks, dropping her disguised person. And you see a Kenku.
Lethea, hold this one down.
She is sprawled out, just fell on her ass, and starts to groan in an oddly masculine voice as compared to the feminine ones she was using earlier.
I'm gonna pull one of my daggers out of my garters because I am dressed as a sexy lion.
Yep.
And I'm gonna just like plant it down in the ground right in front of the Kenku and be like, if you don't behave, you're gonna be dinner. And that's after whatever this one does to you. He apparently likes birds.
That I do.
Got
And I'll kick
Really?
in the manliest intimidating way I could possibly think of. I will kick my leg up Sanji style and just ignite it with fire.
No.
Why do you have Sarah's voice?
I'm willing to talk, but I would appreciate it if you didn't threaten me. This is not what it seems, I promise. The Kenku makes a slow move to stand up and then kind of looks over at Lather to make sure that she will be allowed to stand up.
You move too fast, I start plucking.
She nods.
And then I start cooking.
Wow, we are heavy on the threats today. Damn.
Don't fuck with Sarah, man.
All this while shooting an upstairs video, apparently.
Dude, Ganta is pissed.
She draws herself up, brushes herself off, starts to extend a feathered hand, and then seems to think better of it, given the circumstances. Goes, my name is Kettlestein. I'm a disciple of the Archfey Zybilna, one of her warlocks. I've not heard anything in years from Zybilna. I know Mr. Witch and Mr. Light know something, but they have completely denied me any audience. They're not being honest, and I need to find out what happened to my patron. I meant no harm,
sorry.
I promise. I am only trying to see if I can get Mr. Witch and Mr. Light to answer my questions.
Would I know anything about an archfey named Zybilna?
History, please.
Natural 19 plus...
Yes, you do. Zybilna is a
Ah,
powerful
21.
archfey who runs the domain of Prismere. However, she has not really been heard from in a while. It has been very quiet.
Lather, does the name Zybelna mean anything to you?
She's one of the big ones. She runs a whole area. She runs Prismere. That's the place the Dryad was telling us about.
And just for my own,
Sibyl.
I know that our cat boys went on the fucking run. Did the rest of you end up following? Or are you still over by Palasha?
I would be over by Palasha still.
Okay.
I would follow after a little while because I do not have any musical skills or talent, so I don't think I could contribute there. So I would have followed after a little while of being a little bewildered at everyone running off.
Everyone just...
I'm still performing with Phyll at this point.
Okay.
I like it.
Will you both... Shiro and Phyll both make a performance check for me to see how well your performance is going. Like, are you still keeping everyone from noticing that we have a bird held at knife point?
Well, we're
27.
We're outside, right? Outside the tent?
27.
You guys are fine.
I'm 23.
Yeah, you guys are fine. You are easily holding the crowd's attention, and Palasha, seeing that the rest of your group did seem to leap to her assumed defense, her spirits have lightened quite a bit, and she's got water dolphins jumping over. Norvian, as you walk up, you see the Kenku, her head snaps over and looks at you, her eyes almost pleading with you to help her out of this. I promise, I'm just trying to find out what happened to my patron. I mean no one any harm.
That still does not explain why you have my friend Sarah's voice. I just saw her yesterday. I did not see you yesterday.
Who's Sarah?
Did Kettleseam say it in Sarah's voice again?
No, she said a very specific phrase in Sarah's voice, but has not used Sarah's voice since.
I'll repeat what was said in Sarah's voice with the mermaid dance. How did you sound like that?
A few months ago,
Probably heard it.
A few months ago, I was at an inn called the Harlequin's Hearth. I stayed overnight. There was this truly awful band, and a very drunk halfling. I heard her shouting while I was there. It's simply mimicking.
I look over at Lather. I think she's telling the truth. That's all.
You are welcome to insight check her if you would like.
I'm at it, buddy.
That's cocked.
I'm at it, buddy.
Insight.
What was that, Lathier?
I told him to have at it, buddy. I'm bad at that.
18.
Yes, she is being completely honest.
Alright, that bites.
Please, are you willing to listen to me? She speaks mostly to Norvian, who is the only one that hasn't threatened her at this point in time.
Lather's gonna drop the knife down.
It seems like your territory, Lather. You know more about packs and phase and stuff than.
Did you steal... Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna question the Kenku and ask if they were the ones that stole the other guy's name.
Candlefoot.
Candlefoot's voice.
Yes, I did. Unfortunately.
Give it back to him.
I can't completely do that yet.
Fine.
If you can take it, you can give it.
Hold, please. I need to. There's a contingency for this, and I don't remember what it is. So while I'm looking for
say
this,
there, Mr. Hero.
Thank you.
Where did you learn to play?
As y'all are dancing around and doing things.
Just for context, I am not playing. I am painting in the air. He cannot sing nor dance. He can just paint.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're a bit of an artiste. You know, I had a dorm mate that used to love to. I think they called it graffiti, and it was a really strange artwork style. But you know, it was a very loud and bold statement. Is that kind of your whole deal there, or what is it? What would you say this here is a description of?
Graffiti would be very close to what I do. I like to draw murals of heroic moments. Mostly my own,
Yeah,
but that's neither here nor there.
You know, I can go ahead and get behind that. I like to kind of pen my own songs about my life. There's a few about my history of making my own kind of, you know, my own way in the world, but that there isn't here nor there. I gotta say, I really do appreciate your accompaniment. If you're ever looking for employment, just swing by any Phyll Granite store and we'll get you settled in.
Back over with our two cat boys and our strong man. Kettle Steam reaches into a pouch and pulls out a corn husk doll with a vine tied around its neck. You are right. I did take this voice from a mime named Candlefoot, but it was in order to try to find my patron. I cannot get any information if I cannot ask questions and talk.
Who gave you the
Find
order?
somebody else.
Sorry, go ahead, you first.
I'm going to look at the Kenku and go, find someone else, a patron of the carnival.
Who would you recommend? I cannot steal from another patron. That would not only lower the mood, but break the rules. And as I'm sure you've seen, people who break the rules get taken.
So can we just get that voice back to Candlefoot for a little while? Then we'll let you take it back. But he's got something real important he needs to do, so...
Have we
Roll
joined up?
persuasion for me.
I was gonna say, have we joined back up with them?
Norbian walked over. You and Phyll are still.
So I'm gonna say we finish up our performance and I finish up performing and head that way.
Okay.
Alright, so 2022.
I'll cut like a little bit of a sidebar for whenever I get a chance to speak with Palasha, and then we'll conclude that, and I'll walk back too.
Norbian,
Smash cut.
22.
Yes.
She looks at you and thinks. Make me a promise. I will give this back if you help me find Sybillna.
Everyone, what do you think? Are those terms agreeable?
Due to the terms of my pact with Sybillna, I cannot enter the Feywild. I am not able to go find my patron myself. Please, I beseech you.
I don't know how to feel about this, guys.
If you agree, not only will I give Kettlesteam back his voice. I am Kettlesteam, what am I saying? Not only will I give Candlefoot back his voice, I'll tell you everything I know about Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Later.
That or no?
One more time?
Have I overheard the offer, or am I still not there yet?
I'd say you hear 60% of it was while you're walking up. Kind of the end bit.
If I haven't already, I've already turned my feet off. And I'm standing normally. I don't want to stand over kettle steam, just put the cooking foot for 20 minutes.
Power.
Ah, yes. Did you forget to turn your feet off at home?
Ah, damn it!
I'm gonna walk through the door. As I walk through the door, I accept your offer, and if we fail, you can have my voice to find your patron.
Hero, what are you doing? You've already lost one thing. Why would you choose to lose another?
We just have to succeed if I don't want to lose.
What's the point of looking for Zybillna? Like, how does that help any of us? Like, I don't know. Like, I understand Lathia understands this more than I do, but I'm not connecting the dots. How does this actually help us?
Can she hear you, or are you...
Oh yeah, I'm saying this out loud.
No, I'm talking to... Hero. Could Kettle Steam hear your offer?
Yeah, no, since I had heard 60%, basically I walked through the door accepting the offer, saying,
I don't know how that would help. You're a very generous young man. But I cannot enter Prismere due to the terms of my contract with my patron. At the end of tonight, the carnival will be gone for another 8 years. Please, I need you to help me. We cannot wait.
We'll help you find Zybillna. Are you the only one of her warlocks in the area?
There are several others. There's one named Madrick. I don't necessarily trust him. He's a senile old man.
I mean, I look at everybody else. I've already agreed to help. I don't know about the rest of you.
She looks at you and goes, Jake.
Hero
Before
reaches
Hero
out.
can shake and I grab her hand.
Oh.
I'd be like, your pact is with me.
You see
From one warlock to another.
almost like fairy light dance around the hand as a fey pact is made. Okay. Looking directly at you, Lather, she seems to trust you the most now. She puts the cornhusk doll, it like presses it into your hand, and tells you, take this to Candlefoot. Untie the vine around the neck in front of him, and his voice will be restored.
Thank you.
Now, as for the information I promised, what do you know of the affairs
I'm
of
gonna look-
Prismere?
Absolutely nothing.
I'm vaguely familiar with it, yes. It's not my domain.
During my last visit to the Witchlight Carnival, I overheard Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. Her voice changes. This is not a voice you've heard before, but you hear,
Someone is going to find out about this. They'll shut us down.
we agreed to this pact. Our hands were forced, but our eyes were open. We let the Hourglass Coven take what it wants, and in return we stay in business. That's what you want, right? I don't know what their coven they're talking about, or what pact they mentioned. But something isn't right. What have they traded for success?
Does the Hourglass Coven sound familiar to me?
Roll history.
No.
Based on your experience in the Feywild, you would know that coven usually means witches, but it can mean other things as well. But the Hourglass Coven specifically is not one you've heard of.
Okay.
I'm good at history. May I?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll be listening too, so.
I was gonna say, wait, no, because Phyll, you're not there, aren't you? You're still with the mermaid.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't supercut to you.
Alright, so.
He's still with the mermaid.
So
So.
I
Guys,
rolled a
not in the
nat
room.
1.
I'll go grab Phyll. I don't like him by himself. And if the DM will allow, like right before the expo dump, I would have liked
Okay.
to go inside, grab Phyll, and say, hey, all good.
Okay.
And then
Okay, yeah. So
Grab
Phil's
him.
over and Phyll has heard all of this.
okay. Now you can roll history and it makes sense.
Context and continuity.
Yeah. While he's rolling, what happened with the mermaid?
She's just continuing on with her show.
Gotcha. I retconned you for a 7.
So I rolled a 20.
I've got a +5. It was 2.
Wait.
I retconned you
rolled
for
it.
2.
Norvian rolled a
Oh.
20?
Yes.
Norvian, through your elvish ancestry, you've heard of the Hourglass Coven. Something tickles the back of your brain from when you were very little. You vaguely remember hearing people talk about the Witchlight Coven, the Hourglass Coven. But it was always very hushed, like they didn't want you to hear. You know it is a coven of 3 hags, but you don't know much more. Do you
You know,
Saw
I don't
that.
think we quite had a hags and haberdasheries class in Bard College. Anyone else got anything that they might be able to add just a little bit better?
My
I went to
only
Bard College too.
My only experience with PAX is just from the hearth. That's all that I know. I know the Fae can kind of wander in different existences in different lands, but that's all I know.
Lather just kind of points to themselves and goes, "Yeah,
Yeah, that guy, he probably knows the most. Not me.
Well,
he's got free lineage." He
Mr.
points over to Norvian.
So I heard a little bit about the Hourglass Coven when I was young growing up. Always kind of hushed tones, like they didn't really want us to know about it, but all I managed to make out was that there's 3 hags, but I'm pretty useless besides knowing that. It never really interested me to look any further, but they probably wouldn't have told me anyway.
well, you know, every 2 cents towards the bill helps. We didn't know they were hags beforehand. Also, what's a hag? Are we talking like, eesh, you kind of walk by them and look the other way, or is this like a thing?
Lather, go
And try
ahead.
not to be within this.
Go ahead and roll history at advantage.
At advantage. Oh, very nice. 21.
Once you hear Coven of Hags, it clicks in your brain. You know who the thieves were. These small creatures were thieves of the Hourglass Coven.
The small thieves that visited us at the hearth.
Yes.
I'm gonna go.
Yes.
Those little bastards!
Whoa, calm down. What?
Oh, hey now there, potty mouth.
The little fuckers that took from us. They work
Yeah, no,
for
I
these
think we're
damn
moving in the wrong
things.
direction.
What do you mean?
You weren't
Back-
there.
Back at the hearth?
Yes.
The thing that you
They're
face
essentially
planted.
like little-
Oh wait, no, never mind. Ganta wouldn't have known that's what you were trying to do. Never mind.
I believe
Yeah, no,
Hero
I
saw the
gotta-
plan.
I gotta ask a quick loop
The thing you
question
face
here.
planted after?
Yeah, I just finished pulling that last splinter out. That hurts, by the way. Splinters in your nostrils? No fun.
Now, quick loopsy-doo question. What's the hearth?
It's actually where I work, and that's how I met these questionable characters that I'm now bound by pact to. It's think of it like a tavern with an inn, entertainment, lobby, library, all mixed.
You know, that sounds quite lovely.
Because it is. It is amazing.
Do we have a deal then?
Look, we've been striking deals all day. Is there a break to this in some way? Like, we had to strike a deal to come just to get into damn carnival. We struck a deal. We made a pact together. I made a date with Featherine to help out her
I
friends
hold
and
deals on
coworkers.
sales.
We got him holding deals on sales.
As you're talking about Featherine, a bell chimes. It is now 2.
Like,
I mean, we're dealing with Fae here. Like that, they deal. We all know they deal in deals. Deal in deals. That's a.
I just want to know what
Matt,
So
city
at that
you're
point,
in.
is it the dealer's choice?
I would recommend tracking down Burley the Bugbear. I've been wandering for quite some time, and he seems to be the closest to Witch and Light.
Cool. So since we got the voice back, I mean, we may as well give that back and then go off to do this. This is probably going to take a little while, so let's get that out of the way, right?
I agree. I mean, we might get lucky and just run into. I mean, how hard is it to find a bugbear?
You do vaguely remember in the
follow the
back of your
smell.
head. You remember in the back of your head hearing something about Mr. Witch and Mr. Light making a speech in front of the big top at the second bell, which has just sounded.
Oh shit! Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are gonna be at the tent.
Oh yeah, that's what the Swan Featherine had said, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, we might just get lucky and bypass this entire scenario. I'd still feel guilty if we don't give Candlefoot back his voice, but if we're gonna find out any kind of information, I say we just beeline right for the big top.
Agreed. It'll be easier to find Candlefoot later than it will be to get a chance to talk to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Yeah, because knowing our luck, we're gonna be stuck making another pact.
To find Candlefoot. Candlefoot takes tickets at the Hall of Illusions.
You know, I think we might be able to do both here if we're timely enough. You know, I have a great sense of time. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, that means we need to leave now then.
Yes, absolutely.
I think we need to get moving, trying to get to that.
All right. So first things
Although
first.
it's only like one. It's only like one. We still have some time.
And as you all start to move, any onlookers can see a strong man, 2 cat men,
Okay.
a glorified stripper,
And a cat
Hey,
tamer.
I'm a dancer.
and a lion tamer hauling ass through the thoroughfare of this carnival.
You know what? I've been to Pride before. This fits.
Just absolutely fucking booking it.
You know,
I'm gonna try to draw our
rules, these
characters
here
in our
breezes are
costumes.
nice.
I hate this. I hate everything about it. I'm gonna. You know what? Pretty sure if I look hard enough, I can. Chris Sapphire's actual cat. Just for funsies. I better get I don't know. I better get something. I better get some views. Magic.
I will
Pick
make
my
you
balls.
roll.
I don't know.
I will make you a deal, Chad.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Another deal! We were just talking about this.
You go put the cat ears on, and I will give you a D8 that you can add to any roll until the end of the Witchlight Carnival.
Ah.
I know.
Anything for the bit.
Yes.
I will say,
A single tear will just run down my face.
for the sake of time, do you want to wear them next session?
Yes.
Okay.
I will. I guess like shoot me a reminder for next week, but I will look for it. And if I can't find it, then I think Sapphire has headphones with like the cat ears on them.
Just
Yes.
if you bring the tail too, we don't need to know how you got it on.
I will 100% show on camera my butt plug foxtail for everybody.
I am loving the immersion. This is dedication to the bit. That being said, you see a very flamboyant, wiry elf on stage. If I say stage, it is more like a small wooden platform. He's wearing a jester suit, carrying
Nice.
his staff.
You know, this makes me feel a little bit better about the costume seeing him.
and is speaking extremely loudly. There seems to be some kind of like magnification on his voice.
Thaumaturgy.
Come on. Where's the big top? Big top.
So we have an overweight one. I don't know.
I prepared too much. I can't find any of my shit. And
Bad chat. Bad.
in one of the same voices that you heard come out of Kettle Steam, you hear this elf begin to speak. Come one, come all, and see the big top extravaganza at the top of the 4th hour. Our acrobats and our fire breathers will delight, and maybe one of you will get favor towards becoming the Witchlight Monarch.
Now we know who pitched the Big Tent.
Yep, now it's all making sense.
Ganta, as
Oh yeah,
you
no,
look
it's
up,
always the thin, gangly ones that pitch the biggest tents.
Every time.
you see a heavy-set Shadarkai elf standing in the back. He says nothing, but you recognize him as the mysterious visitor to the hearth who holds the Harlequin's mask charm.
I will reach into my pocket and give my books and my charm a quick tug just to make sure everything's there. And hey guys, real quick, because I can't lie, I'm gonna go and check something out real quick. You guys wouldn't mind just keeping an eye on things for just a second?
You want somebody to go with?
No,
Oh, no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
go
I
ahead and park it right here for a moment.
Oh no, it's not a problem. I'm just gonna go and get a better view, and maybe keep an eye out on things of interest.
Make a
Oh yeah, no, be safe and make good choices.
If you
You're
see
right there, champ.
if you see lightning shoot up in the sky, you'll know I'm in trouble. I promise.
You
Yeah,
expect to
what's
be in
the
trouble?
forecast for today? I just want to make sure we're not all getting confused.
You'll trust me. It'll make sense. And
What are you trying to do?
I want to nonchalantly, inconspicuously make my way over to that gentleman. Not to. Yep, that's exactly it. What is that? Stealth. 15.
I was doing verses because he does want to talk to you, and he got 18.
Okay.
So, he does notice you. You make direct eye contact with him, and he nods his head toward the tent as he very calmly, as if he were the most commanding person in this room, no one questions Mr. Witch, steps off the back of the stage and steps back into the big top. Before we get to Mr. Witch, what do the rest of you do?
So what is Mr. Light doing?
He's still talking. He's still the life of the party. He's telling people about the various acts that will happen at the big top. He's telling people how if they perform at the Witchlight, the big top extravaganza, they could win favor to be the Witchlight monarch.
I'm gonna Zorro style wander off and look for kettle corn. Hey guys, I'll be right back there. I'm gonna go find me some victuals to rustle up.
And I'm gonna say, if this is a carnival, you can without any trouble. Are the three of you just sitting back and watching?
I'm watching.
Okay.
DM question.
Yes.
Even if I don't remember who my patron is because of the.
You don't remember how you got your powers whatsoever. You
Okay.
have powers, you know you can use them, but you don't remember how they got there.
Okay.
While
then that
outside,
answers
do
my
I
question.
catch a glimpse of anything that might catch my eye or be considered interesting?
Insight.
Not trying to split the party, just genuine curiosity. Insight?
Are you actively looking, should I say?
Probably
just-
not. This would probably be like a
Okay.
passive of like
Then
13.
What is your passive perception? 13?
Passive is about 13.
It's not necessarily something that you think would be useful. You do seem Pixie Kingdom. And all of the little pixies you've seen flittering around have been extremely chatty. But you don't see anything out of place.
You know, I'm gonna want to wander that direction. You know, I can't get lost right now. I said I'd come back with kettle corn, but I don't know. Might bring the gang round to the kingdom.
Chad, as
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna grab my kettle corn and
push a heavy corner of the tent open, you see Mr. Witch standing there. He is easily 6 inches taller than you. This is a very large man. And he's staring at you expectantly as you hear the other voice that Kettle Steam mimicked earlier. Well, I suppose you have a question.
Why am I here on this journey? And why did you leave me that charm?
I don't know what you're talking about. What charm? Ah. He reaches in his pocket and pulls out a nearly identical one. However, while yours is green, his is a deep purple. You also have their favor, I see. My dear boy, that is a present from the Harlequin. You'll meet them soon enough, I'm sure.
How long have you been coming to the hearth?
Long enough to have been there before you, Ganta.
Am I important to you?
Time will tell. You do seem to have powerful allies. What are your intentions at my carnival?
I think you know the shenanigans that have taken place. I want my taste back.
Oh, I don't have it.
I can't read my books anymore. I can't taste anymore. I can't cook anymore. My books don't speak to me anymore.
He pulls out of his pocket a golden, almost glowing pocket watch, the same one that you heard, not heard, I'm so sorry, that is the wrong sense. The same one that you had seen him with at the hearth. He breathes in, breathes out, and as he shuts it, time does not slow down around you. Everyone is going the same speed. But time seems to take longer. I don't have the answers you seek, boy. But I can give you a little more time to find them. And don't ruin my carnival. He turns and walks back out the flap. Steps back up on stage as if nothing has happened. For your meta, instead of the 6 hours remaining, it will track as 6, but you will be able to get 12 hours worth of work done.
Ganta, he just slams the cat ears on the ground.
God damn it!
Basically. He just slams them straight down to the ground, trying his best not to scream, but he just whack. Picks him back up, puts him back on, and makes his way back to the party.
Oh, hey there, Ganta. I got there some kettle corn if you're interested.
Oh no, I'm okay. I'm not particularly hungry. So, any updates? Any
Kettle
news?
corn?
Well,
yeah.
Go
Oh
on.
no, not that I had them. They're just our news and updates.
Ah, fair. Yep.
I was just saying. So,
Everything is happening
What
while
was-
everything is not.
what was Mr. That was Mr. Witch who's talking, right? The one who's telling everything that's going on.
Yeah, is Mr. Light still talking?
Oh, is it Mr. Light?
He is still going, but he is also, this is obviously a speech he's given a lot. He's almost more performing. He's not expecting everyone to shut up and pay attention to him.
Oh, okay. So he's just talking about attractions and everything, not
Yes.
actually. Okay, so things we already noticed. Cool.
There's little kids going up and they're taking pictures with him. Like this is almost like a meet and greet with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Oh, well, if that's all there is to it. There is one, I was outside getting me some kettle corn, which you're all more than welcome to. I'm running low on oranges. There's an attraction that kind of caught my eye when I was out and about doing my own little meandering. It's called the Pixie Kingdom.
Go on.
Before we do anything else and get distracted, should we not return the voice to Cinderfoot?
Candlefoot.
Candlefoot.
Yeah,
He brings up an interesting point.
I think that's
If
a good
you
idea.
look at the maps, it is the Hall of Illusions where Candlefoot is on the way to Pixie Kingdom.
That works.
What?
She's not-
Well, hey, look at
Just
that. We
likes
can hit
being
2 swans with
confident.
1 boulder.
Speaking of swans, what time is it?
It's
What's that?
muffin time.
It's about 2:30.
Somebody kill me!
Do you want to eat me? I can't eat another bite. Why won't you let me die?
Why won't you let me die?
You're a
Oh.
monster.
I know.
She's
Well,
just purring.
Wait,
can make
are there
a man-
two furries in the chat?
I can make a man squirm. Let's go. down. Well, honestly, if it's all right with you, I think since this is relatively easy, and I have a relatively, hopefully interesting hot date in about 20 minutes, so maybe we can get this dropped off on your own, and I can go stand sentry and ready.
Yes, I'll take Candlefoot.
Well, you know, if you're gonna have yourself standing at attention there, you gotta make sure you're prepared.
100%. Yeah, that's really all I've got. And then I can meet up with you guys at Hall of Illusions or maybe the Kingdom.
So we're splitting the
Yeah,
party.
I would say if you need to, you can meet us at the hall at the.
I will remind you, and you can still make this choice if you want, but Witch said that time now passes slower.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
So you have the equivalent of roughly 45 to 50 minutes before you have to meet
Okay.
February.
Yep. I forgot about that. Lizard pickle brain. And yeah, let's go to the Pixie Kingdom and the shit off.
You know what?
Well, we gotta drop off that thing for Mr.
Candlefoot.
What was the name again? Candlefoot.
We need to return his voice before we do anything else, or we'll forget.
100%. 100%.
Hey, Enigma, will you do me a favor?
90%.
Will you take the baby? Thank you.
Kick the baby.
She wants the dice a little too much.
Yeah.
I would think at this point the group would most likely look to start making their way towards the Hall of Illusions.
Yep.
But I am but one voice in a sea of opinions.
I completely agree.
Agreed.
As we're leaving the big top, I'm going to roll sleight of hand if you guys want to roll to see if you see this, but you're gonna, if the DM allows, I'm gonna do a thing.
Tell me what you're doing first.
Those oranges that we got from Phyll,
Yeah?
Ganta still hasn't eaten them. He's gonna give them to he's gonna pass them off to some kid.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Oh my little bad heart.
19 plus 5, 24.
Yeah, I don't think many people
You know
passive
when you get the
perception are-
scurvy?
A natural 20 will beat it. It doesn't matter what I roll, a natural 20 will beat it. So you guys can try.
Phil wouldn't be looking for it. He's in his kettle corn and holding Gordon.
Okay. Then I will get my oranges. Did you roll a natural 20?
Would you like
Nice.
a regular dice, or are you keeping it?
What?
Do you want a regular dice, or are you keeping it?
I mean, for something this small, keep it just for shits
you
and
notice.
giggles.
Yep.
Not much, but you notice.
Yep. Some kids are messing around and playing. Maybe one of them's got like a small little plate or a little bag of candy or something. And I see me look at this kid real quick and drop off those orange slices and just walk away like nothing happened.
I'm gonna
roll a d20 for me real quick.
Who?
You?
16.
Okay, you're fine.
I'm going to slow down back next to Ganta. You know you're going to have to eat eventually. You can't keep going without food. I say quietly so nobody else can hear.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just not particularly hungry with everything happening.
Whatever you say.
Oh wait, no, I can't lie. I don't have the. I'm just not interested in eating right now.
You're going to have to eventually. I walk off and get back up to the front with Phyll, who's still eating candy corn apparently.
So are we going
Kettle
to the
corn.
Hall of Illusions, or are we going to the Pixie Kingdom?
Hall of Illusions.
Illusion.
All illusions first.
Yeah, we're giving that voice back already.
Yeah, we've had
We
this
don't
thing for
cast
what feels like 9 days.
We don't cast spells, we cast illusions.
Illusions.
The wooden mannequin of a
I
ring.
cast iron.
A wooden mannequin of a grinning, raven-haired young woman in witch's attire and a green flowing cape hovers inside a glass cabinet. At the top of the cabinet, a sign reads, Tasha the Wizard, known for her hideous laughter. A halfling couple holds hands as they approach the glass cabinet. One of the halflings is wearing beautiful butterfly face paint. As he drops to one knee and pulls a small box from his pocket, his sweetheart bursts into laughter and begins rolling on the ground. The halfling in face paint begins sobbing and darts into the nearby tent without getting his ticket punched.
Yeah, he
did.
And you gotta. Oh, and he's gone.
Are you going to chase the halfling, or are you just not really?
I'm gonna punch my ticket first, and then I'll chase the halfling.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch my ticket real quick and.
You're not close enough to. If you're going to walk that way, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. I'm sorry, a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
As well as a Intelligence check.
A Wisdom save and an Intelligence check.
I guess we're all going that way.
Sure.
I will say anyone
18
who is
for-
going that way.
Which way are we going again?
18
Sorry.
for Wisdom.
Which way is this? Is this out of the
It's
way?
near- It's towards the actual tent entrance, which is towards Candlefoot.
Oh, if it's
Yeah.
towards where we're going anyway, then yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we rolling?
16.
The first one.
What?
What?
You're going
18
to roll
18 for my Wisdom save and 16 for my Intelligence check.
Okay, you
Okay,
passed.
Oh, I didn't do the intelligence check.
Yeah.
That's
So what was-
news?
Could you
Okay.
repeat what we're?
14.
Intelligence and specifically a history check and a
Oh,
wisdom
history?
saving throw. Yes, history.
Yeah, same score.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's start with history. Anyone above a 15,
Natural 20.
at or above a 15, would know
No.
that this is Tasha of Tasha's hideous laughter and many various spells. However, Tasha is a name that is in the rotation of the many names used by Igwilv the Witch Queen, a legendary archmage.
Oh yeah, there's that Tanya lady.
and Tasha, we see Tasha running.
No, you see a halfling. His name is Reuben.
Okay.
He attempted to propose to his sweetheart, and she just burst out laughing. So he has burst into tears and has darted into the Hall of Illusions without getting his ticket punched. He ran straight
Oh.
past Candlefoot. You're
So
looking at a
actually,
wooden statue of Tasha.
okay, so I want to try something. Since I already had a ticket and I didn't have to make a deal with anything, I'm
You all
going.
have
Is there a way? What?
You all have tickets. That's what they're
Yeah,
saying.
but I mean, I didn't have to make any pact or do anything for it because I had the ticket to start. So
Let's- before we do that, what was everyone's wisdom saving throw? Was anyone
I-
below
16.
a 13? Anyone below a 13?
I was a 1.
I was a 1.
Okay.
I'm not alone.
You both, the minute you hit within 10 feet of that statue, double over and burst out with hideous, painful laughter. And it dawns on the rest of you. His partner wasn't laughing at his proposal. She was too close to the statue and was overtaken with Tasha's hideous laughter. She wasn't rejecting him. She's still doubled over, reaching out for him as he runs.
Do I see Ruben running?
You all saw Reuben running
And he went into the Hall of Illusions.
into the Hall of Illusions
Okay,
without
gotcha,
punching
gotcha.
his ticket.
Yeah, hey there. Okay, so who's not laughing at the moment?
Me, Lathier.
You, Lathier, and
That's it. And
Phil.
Guys, it's funny, but not that funny. Like, you guys okay? Like, what? You don't have to laugh that hard.
That there Tanya statue, I think, might be the hickety pickety in our little wagon. I think if we drag them far enough away, they may be able to get themselves together.
Yep. Say less. Come on, Novian. I'll have to start pulling.
As the cat maid hauls the slutty strong man.
I hope you don't want me to drag
gonna.
Am I just left here, guys?
I was coming for you.
Alright.
The can dancer is gonna like. I'm gonna grab like the billowing skirt portion and like over his shoulder and then just kind of like wing him one direction.
You're gonna wing him as you pick up the surly teenager who is now just bent over, dying with laughter. The minute you guys drag them away from the statue and their laughter does subside.
Okay. I was just about to say,
Jesus.
if it didn't subside, I was going to smack them because they get advantage on the
You can
wisdom
do that
save if they
anyway.
take it. I'll do it. Lathan's going to be like, wake up!
After
Why
they
did you
stop
do
laughing-
that?
After they stop laughing, I'm gonna go to the woman that's still bawling, laughing, and pull her out of range too.
She slowly starts to breathe and just,
You've gotta help me.
that's Ruben. Horrible things happen to people that don't have tickets. Please.
We're gonna go and handle that right now. We've got the things, we got the stuff, we have the motivation. We're gonna go and knock this out. It's just another fucking pack that we have to deal with.
It's not
Stay
necessarily
here.
a pact.
So stay here. We're gonna go take care of things. Come on, guys.
I'm gonna meander all
I'm
the way in.
getting impatient with all of this.
Ganta, did anybody ever tell you you don't make the best speeches?
No, I don't. That's
Yeah,
why I'm a cook.
yeah.
I'm behind the kitchen.
You're having a great time.
I'm gonna use-
Remember?
I'm having so much fun. What's that?
I'm going to use massive many faces to look like that young woman. To hopefully, like, help convince that guy, if we find him, to come back a little easier.
Does masculine faces change your voice?
As long as Lather doesn't
No.
talk, I don't think it matters.
This is gonna be fun. Go for it, bud. I say go for it.
I have a slightly deep voice doesn't mean that Lather has a slightly deep
Oh
voice.
yeah. Sorry. I was every single time Lather talks, it's just Nate, and I'm just like, okay, cool. This is gonna be awesome.
Hi, I'm your fiance. Come back.
I'm gonna hickety pickety my way into the Hall of Illusions.
I'm going to attempt to get my ticket punched and then go into the Hall
Punch
of
the
Illusions.
ticket.
Is that Candlefoot that is doing the punching?
A large tent is painting with a mural of shifting images that show grinning fairies diving into pools of color. Helical strips of the tent's point canopies rotate in spirals, and the whole display seems to be designed to befuddle onlookers. A mime dressed in muted garb stands at the tent's entrance, blinking at you.
Is that a mime?
A mime.
Okay.
My name is Candlefoot.
Just give me a thumbs up if your name is Candlefoot.
The
Great.
thing you do notice about this mime is his color is muted. He is almost in black and white. Hero, you see no difference.
I was gonna say, to be fair, that's my entire world right now.
But the rest of you notice that he doesn't look like he quite belongs. And he does, for a refresher, give a thumbs up to being
Okay.
asked, "Are you Candlefoot?"
Norvian, can you do the voice thing for him? Oh wait, no, that's Lathier. Sorry. Can you do the voice thing?
What
No,
voice thing?
You're talking message?
I was telling him
believe he
to.
needs a doll.
Yeah, Lathier was given the instructions for the doll. I thought it was Norvian, so I was gonna say, give him his.
I was pulling that out.
Before we do that, let's try a little, because the guy just ran in there without punching his ticket, and they said that was bad. So I want to say to Candlefoot, we have something you're really gonna want, but can you give the guy who just ran through a pass on going through without the punch first? We promise it'll be worth your time.
He shakes
You
his
know,
head.
I think if he's able to.
He pulls out a little tablet that he does start to write on and shows you a note that says, "Out of my power."
You know, I think if he has his voice and he can tell us what's going wrong, we may be able to find us a solution.
I'm gonna take the vine off of the corn husk doll and give him his power back.
I can talk again. Thank you. You need to go and get him now. He may be taken. If he's not caught.
Where is he?
Somewhere inside the Hall of Illusions. Give me your tickets, quick. And he punches each of your tickets. As the
Just
move of
once?
the carnival goes up. Just once. This only costs one ticket punch.
Okay.
So you now have each punched your ticket twice. As the mood of the carnival goes up one.
Silver Lake. There was the gondolas, Silver Lake, and the Hall of Illusions now.
Silver Lake does not cost anything. Silver Lake is just spectator.
Fair enough.
I'll take it.
Or
So that's looking the same thing.
gents, I'm not the fastest and most nimble of us, so by all means, if y'all want to go ahead and just, hightail and vamoose into the Hall of Illusions, I'll be right behind you.
Do we want to have a contest of speed one day? That sounds pretty interesting.
If you're gonna make it a competition, I can hike up and tie these skirt hilts up to my hips and we can make this a race.
I will put these cat claws to work.
They are already pretty close to your hips. It is a very
And they don't lie.
But he's a dad. He should be able to pull it up to his belly button and just go.
You know, his white Nikes and his lawnmower.
You take the little skirt and just
Full
And
send it.
now it's just flapping in the breeze.
Alright,
as
we
you-
Are
make
you wearing your white New Balances?
because I am
Yeah, that's
between
something
two things. I would like someone to roll any dice and tell me if it is odd or even.
already on it. It is a natural 20. That's gonna be my last natural 20 for the week.
I was gonna say, why did we let him?
Because he did it without asking anybody. Okay.
And it was my Dragon Ball dice. I don't know if you can see it.
Facing after Candlefoot. I'm sorry, after Reuben.
Yes.
I need you all to make a DC 15 perception check.
Oh boy.
Oh, 16 plus stuff.
Okay.
All right, I got Chad's luck. Nat 1 again.
Yay! One
that's
of
a
us.
This is just the standard roll again?
Standard straight roll.
Okay, well I got a natural 20 then.
Hey, my boy.
You don't see Reuben, but you can hear him. He is definitely crying, and he is not far ahead.
I will
he seems to
just.
have gotten slightly lost.
I'm just
Am
gonna
I getting lost?
scream as loud as I can. Reuben!
As
Stop moving!
You look.
Hero,
Here.
are we naming
Oh.
sandwiches?
Okay. Okay. And
God damn it!
the scuffling stops. But as you're running through, you look to your sides and you see you. But you're not you. It's you when you were your species equivalent of about 3. You're very young. Norvian specifically, one thing catches your eye. People you know as your mother and father, you know they're not your mother and father, and they've got long, raven hair. But when you look in this mirror, you see them, along with 2 other elves that have the same golden hair that you do, the same eyes. Smiling and standing, it is a still image. And you know that these are your parents.
We just see our own reflection stuff, right? We
You
don't
see
see
your
everyone
own-
else's.
You each see yourself as children, but Norvian is the only one who sees anything out of the ordinary.
So I'm definitely going to stop running to look at that.
Okay. The rest can keep going. You have stopped. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Norvian, you good? You trip?
If you have a second, what do you see in the mirror in front of you?
I see a tiny Ganta.
And that's it.
That tiny Ganta, well dressed, silver hair, looking dashing.
You are in the kitchen cooking with your family. It's a memory you think of very often. It's nothing out of the ordinary.
I'm just in my happy place, in the kitchen, learning how to use a cleaver for the first
Take
time.
around the corner.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
guys get okay there, you get lost.
Let's get back to the chase.
You good?
Yeah, come on.
Alright, let's go.
Remus, as you peek around and then pull back in, you look and you see you in the present. You're just as you are now, but you're asleep. And you see a little frog-like creature sneaking up to you, placing her tiny hand on your head and pulling some silvery mist away. It wraps itself up and slips into a little clay jar that she slips into a holster on her hip and darts away with.
Oh, glued, 100%. Like, in place.
The
Oh,
rest
no,
of you
that's
see
not
images of your day-to-day life as you pass. It's maybe your favorite thing. It is you as an adult now.
Question
I'm
for
just
the
going to
DM.
keep going.
I see.
I was gonna say, since I rolled a one on the perception check, do I just like?
That's not what the perception check was for.
Oh, okay.
We're hitting all the glass.
Yeah, I'll stop for like 5 seconds, be like, huh, nice, and then I'll briskly walk to where I think Ruben is. Ruben, give me a shout.
As you are entering the final room, Ganta, you see Ruben in an absolute staring match with the same sow pig that you saw in the middle of the night when you were woken up.
I'm trying to remember, did Ganta feel anything from this sow pig, or was it just
I don't think you checked.
Yeah, I don't think I checked. So I don't think Ganta would really react aggressively.
You would be reasonably sure, due to Lather's outburst earlier, that she had something to do with you losing your taste, because she was there on the night it happened.
Okay.
But you wouldn't know anything else about her, apart from her ties to the Hourglass Coven because of what Lather said earlier.
That's right. Okay. Lather,
Yes.
is this one of your
I assume I'm
expertise?
still walking like a few steps behind.
Yeah, because you had already said that you were just gonna keep walking. I stopped. In my mind, I stopped. You keep walking. So now we're kind of like.
Ruben is absolutely transfixed. This sow pig says in a very sickly, sweet voice, you're not completely sure it's her own, as her mouth doesn't move completely accurately. But she goes, "Please come with me. Come with
Lather,
I see
Lather,
this.
is this one of the things that we're supposed to be dealing with?
Ruben starts to reach out for her hand.
Eldritch Blast.
Roll for it.
Lather is mad because they know that, like, this piglet-looking child is tied to the others.
Yeah, I looked at my notes. Ganta never actually saw anything. He just knows something happened. He doesn't know, like,
He doesn't
so
know
that's
what.
why.
Got you.
Yep.
Okay.
It was Lather and me that saw.
Oh, it was Lather. Okay, so you two would recognize.
Me and Lather would recognize it.
Yeah, and I just know that Lather's the closest to me, and he's probably the most knowledgeable with the Fae stuff. I'm relying on Lather.
I mean, it's
Jordan.
clearly
Does
nothing
16 hit?
good, right? Like, we know that something bad happens to people who go in without the ticket punch. It's obviously
Yes.
not friendly.
Yes. I just don't know if this is that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is just an illusion or if this is a real. I have no idea.
Oh, this is not
Lather.
here. This is very much real.
Yeah. So Lather, is this what we're supposed to be going after? And then you're like, yup, Eldritch Blast.
Lather, you just see like Lather tense up real briefly, and then yank their necklace off and point it and cast Eldritch Blast with it.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
16. 1-6.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, 60 would be hard to roll for an attack.
You hit. Go ahead and
I hit?
roll.
Okay.
It hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okie dokie.
And just to be clear, we're not entering initiative.
Okay. 7 points of force damage.
She is pushed back, screaming in what you know is her real voice, this guttural, animalistic scream, as she recoils and mutters something under her breath. As the surface of one of the mirrors starts to slowly move like water, as she darts back through it and disappears.
Hands go in pockets. I'm ready.
Leaving Ruben in the middle of the room. She does take 7 points of force damage.
I'm going to call her a slur in Sylvan. Think to the effect of like dirty pig that eats shit.
Jesus, don't piss Lather off. But she has darted back through this mirror and is no longer, like, you can see her running away. It's almost like this swamp on the other side as she runs through this mirror.
I'm gonna look over at the others and just go, see to the kid, I'm gonna check this mirror. And I'm gonna activate Eldritch Sight to see if any of the mirrors are magic.
They're all magic.
Okay.
My
Do I know what kind?
But all of the other mirrors are pixie or some kind of elf. It definitely feels like Mr. Light. As well as someone else. It feels like Mr. Light made adjustments. And you think back to that Witchlight's ticket stub that you found on the ground. Looking back into your childhood memory, you remember the Witchlight Carnival. But you feel like there was only one owner, not two. And as you look at this mirror that the Sow Pig has run through, it feels like it's rotting. This is a very different magic. This was obviously not cast by anyone related to the Witchlight Carnival.
And he can see that with his Eldritch Sight. Okay. So I don't know anything of what's happening.
I'm going to tell everybody, back away, far.
I will grab Ruben and look over at. Are we good? Do I need to have my hands ready? Ready?
Lather? Go
Yes.
ahead and roll Arcana for me.
That would be a 16.
You, while looking at this, recognize this magic. This is something that hags have used. You've learned in your studies. This is a portal mirror. And you would be able to hazard a guess that it leads to, you don't know which part, but some part of Prismere.
Okay. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to put my hand on it.
You do? While the glass
Is
is
it-
fluid, it is still very solid. You cannot get through.
As somebody who used to live in the Feywild and all that, would I know how to activate a portal mirror?
Arcana.
Arcana? That's a no. That's a solid 7.
I'd say DC for you is pretty low because you're Feywild. I'd say DC 5. So,
Okay.
you know that there is an activation phrase. You need to find the phrase. You need to figure out what the phrase is in order to activate this mirror.
Okay. Did I hear the piglet? You said I heard her mutter.
You heard her mutter something. You could not tell what it was.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to look at the others and go, we need to get one of the owners. Something about that feels weird. We need to get a little bit bigger help in here. If we can get either Mr. Witch or Mr. Light here.
Come on, Ruben. Let's get you outside first.
Tell them that hags are involved. They'll come in.
And I'll just slowly. Is he injured or is he tired or just scared?
He's a
Like,
bit
is he able to walk on his own?
traumatized. And he also is still pretty convinced that he proposed to the love of his life and she left him out of the building. Or into the building, I guess.
All right, bud. It's everything that we've seen so far. This isn't the weirdest. So, come on. Let's get you fixed up.
For the sake of brevity, I'm going to assume that you explain everything to him as you're leading him out of the Hall of Illusions.
And I will try my best to stay as far away from Tasha's statue as I can.
As long as you don't get within 10 feet, you're fine.
I will do just that.
Okay.
And still periodically checking out the. I liked what I saw, so yeah.
Candlefoot looks absolutely relieved, but is more checking his wristwatch. And you can tell that he's counting the minutes until he gets his break so that he can go see Palasha. That being said, go ahead and roll a d20 for me, Chad.
See if you can get some swan puss.
16.
You glance at his clock, and you're okay. You still have about the equivalent of 15 minutes before you need to meet.
Oh, thank God!
If you'd rolled 10 or below, we were gonna have a very angry Swan.
Getting some of that
That's the last thing
swansea.
you want. To see.
That's Swissy.
Swissy. Jesus Christ. I like what I like. All right, guys, don't judge.
And as Ganta is doing his victory laps because he can still get the fucking swan pussy. Norvian, your mind travels back to the two beings that you know to be your parents, but you have no active memory of. Can you... Oh, and you had... Never mind. Can you remind me what your welcome gift was, Norvian?
What?
What was your welcome gift? You got one of the shots, right?
Yes.
As you think about this, you feel like you should be sad, but you are currently physically incapable. So that emotion is pressed down as a small bit of euphoria comes over you and you return to the liveliness of this carnival.
Man, all these time crunches and stresses. I'm just kicking it. I'm having a great time. All this aggravation about packs and bounds and pig people and solving the world's problems. I'm having a blast. I don't know about you guys. This is great.
As the clock keeps moving closer, you see Featherine swimming by. There's no one in her gondola as she winks at Ganta.
I can't wait for Fade to Black moment.
Ganta runs off, hops in the gondola, leaving the four of you to your own. What would you like to do while Ganta gets laid?
I'll see you guys later.
Don't make any eggs.
No promises. And I'm just gonna mute.
He's gonna choke the cobra chicken.
You hear a very excited honk. Okay, small recap. We have been told that Burley the Bugbear has probably the most access to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. We're reasonably sure that there's something weird going on with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. We could go check in with Palasha.
So how long are we going to keep running for? Because it's definitely past 10.
Yes,
Where
we are
I
about to
am-
wrap up. I want to figure out where you're going next, so I know where to prep.
Okay, but we're not actually doing it now.
No, we are not doing another encounter.
Okay.
I'm going where the Swanissy is.
The Swissy.
Swissy.
So you said it's 3 o'clock.
Yes.
And the big thing going on at the Big Ten is at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay. Because I want to go to the tent at 4 o'clock, but other than that,
Are we going to the Pixie Kingdom? Are we going back to Palasha? Give me direction.
Pixies?
Pixie Kingdom, then double back.
I think so.
Yeah, we gotta finish up the mermaid arc at some point, but we can circle back to it, I guess.
We got time.
Look, if we had enough time for me to go and have a date with a giant swan, I think we have enough time for Pixies.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think the
As long as
mermaid
we
arc
get to the... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, as long as we get to the big tent by 4 o'clock, because I do want to try to get the monarch of the carnival.
Witchlight Monarch?
I don't know. I'm pretty elated right now.
When you were listening to Mr. Light, you remember hearing him say that the way to become the Witchlight Monarch is to be the person who has the greatest positive effect on the carnival.
I think we did a pretty good job. We made the mermaid perform better, and we helped out the.
But that was all of you.
Yes.
It is the individual who has the greatest impact on the positive outlook of the carnival.
Idea where all of us individually are at?
No.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, the monarch might not even be any one of us. It could just be
I mean, you're your own monarch. You're king of the swans. It's fine.
Yeah, buddy.
As we walk
Swan
up to
King.
the Pixie Kingdom, you see trees, specifically oak trees, rising above, sheltering a miniature fairground. At its heart, a hamster runs inside a tiny little Ferris wheel, encircled by little wagons and candy stalls. Pixies are sitting cross-legged at the hollow entrance to the realm. As a little pixie flits up and goes, "Hi, I'm Barry. Welcome to the Fairy Kingdom. You know, this is absolutely the best attraction here, because this is the 18 and up section. This is the only place you can get alcohol." And that is where we will end the session.
Yay! I got laid.
You got laid.